say hi. I hope you are. Well, I kind of hope people are here for this. This should be fun. And we are going to talk about the D23 announcements. I would be able to get more done if Mortimer wasn't on my lap, but he refuses to not be on my lap because that's just how these tend to go. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Okay, cool. We got some people. All right. James Popcorn, what's going on?
What's up, guys? This is my...
Let me just turn this off. Yeah, this is today. I know, right? Pretty crazy that it's today. I'm going to mute this. Mute. Okay. How does it sound? Does it sound like normal? I can't tell. Mortimer, stop. Because I just have to check something. Also, why isn't the chat box visible? You should be able to see that. Well, maybe you can on the thing, and I just can't see it. Okay, cool. Good. Now let me check this thing here. Let me look at it real quick. Okay. So I'm just gonna check everything over here. Okay. So let me double check. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Here we are, doing the thing. This is gonna be very exciting. Kind of. I don't know. We'll see. We're just gonna keep an eye on the Twitters and see what they say about this. I feel like this will probably go well because it seems like we're gonna it seems like we're gonna get stuff pretty frequently for this one. Like, I think we know what we're gonna get. Oh, you heard we might get a confirmed Jean Grey. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, we're probably gonna get a new Doomsday trailer. There's a lot of stuff that I'm pretty excited about. Jamie Lawson Storm would be pretty cool. Oh, okay, so the comments are coming through. Okay, I just couldn't see them over where I was. Yeah, I'm just still messing around with this stream. But yeah, so here we are. And let's see, let me find like a Twitter stream or some stream of all of this stuff. Because I kind of figured this would be here. Mortimer, no. Okay, so Ashoka Season 2 is January 20th. Okay, so next year. It's kind of what we expected. So that's fine. You're hoping for Cars 4. That would be nice, maybe. I don't know. Disgusting Film is up. Let's see. Okay, let me look at some of these comments because I've not been able to focus on them. It really is, and it's again, I feel like I said this in one of my recent videos, although I don't know if this video has made it out, but I don't know if the camera captures all of the cat hair because there's so much cat hair in the air at all times. And I love him very much. He's perfect and sweet. But whenever I talk on like a thing, like on a stream, he thinks I'm talking to him. So he's like, get in my lap. He's very sweet. Okay, so let's see. Everybody says Disgusting Film is like the place to be. So, okay. So first of all, Universe of K. Thank you for the chat there. It says, Yo, Nando, love your videos. Watch it for 4 years. Helped me learn a lot about X-Men. Super happy to be here for this historic event. This is kind of historic when you really think about it. It is because there's going to be an X-Men, maybe. I mean, we already have one. And technically we have two if you count Kamala, I guess. But we're going to get more guys, and that's pretty exciting. I also want the X-Men, everybody that's saying that. So far nothing has been announced to my knowledge. I'm assuming we all kind of know what to expect, but let me give you guys an idea of what I'm expecting. Because this is a showcase for everything. Like TV shows, movies, all that stuff. So, and it could be anything. Whereas Comic-Con was mostly like movies. They didn't really get into the shows, which was annoying, kind of, because I think this will be probably be both. But I would have liked to see some Vision stuff at Comic-Con. It seems like they mostly have it done. Um, oh man, I have heard the Noah Schnapp Iceman. That'd be rough. Um, Jenkster asks, is Daredevil season 3 finished filming? I'd like to see a trailer for that. That would be cool, but I feel like there's probably no. I wouldn't bet on it because it's definitely finished filming, or at least it has filmed. I think I saw something about a cast party or something like that. Um, but I would be surprised if they do announce anything. Well, not announce anything, but I'd be surprised if they, um, whatever I was saying about that, have anything for Daredevil season 3. It's so far out. There's really nothing to do with it. Like, I saw the picture of Haley with Feige, and people think it's just for that Hexed movie she's in. But yeah, let's see. Must be showing something. No one is tweeting, right? And like, well, these things start late a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's where we are. Because even if they were showing something, someone would tweet it. A lot of ideas for. Okay, so let me look at some of these. Someone suggested Drake for Iceman. That would be fun because his name is that. Loves to work with kids, maybe. Allegedly. And it's nice to get a Canadian in the mix. I don't think we have any Canadians on the team so far. But then other ones you guys were saying were Arnold Schwarzenegger. That would be fun. And then who is the other one? And then Noah Schnapp. All of those are jokes. They're all funny jokes. I don't know, man. It'd be rough. Is Kate Connor fully confirmed? So as far as like fully confirmed, I don't think. Oh, you're right. Kamala is Canadian. I don't think anybody's fully confirmed besides, Sadie. Like right now, it seems like. Let me just close all of these windows. There's no reason to have them all open. Right now, it seems like because Marvel hasn't like commented on them. Although I don't know about Emma. I do think Emma's confirmed because I want to say she like talked about it today, or not today, but like I think she's confirmed it. And then yeah, all of the confirmations are from Deadline, but all of those articles tend to include the phrase "no guarantee" or whatever. Marvel hasn't made any, hasn't said anything about it. I think what we'll get is this. Let's set some expectations. I think we will get a trailer for Vision Quest, right? I love Vision Quest. Like the idea of it. We'll see how it, plays out. I think we'll get a trailer for the second trailer for Doomsday that everyone thinks exists. I think something I haven't heard people really talking about that I wouldn't be surprised if we see is I wouldn't be surprised if we see something from the Spider-Man cartoon because that hasn't been out yet. Like that comes out this year. It's the only thing that seems done and like genuinely is coming out this year that we haven't seen anything of. And yeah, I imagine Brian. Someone suggested Jeremy Strong as Xavier, Brian Cox Magneto, Sarah Snook Rogue, Alan Ruck, Emma Frost. Now, Alan Ruck, Emma Frost is great. I love Alan Ruck. But yeah, you bring him back as Stryker. That'd be fun. Wasn't there news of Marvel Zombies 2? There was. I think they hired a writer or showrunner or something like that. But I don't think we know that. They say fall for the Spider-Man cartoon. Okay, that makes sense. It's annoying because like with the Spider-Man cartoon, I think we all know. Well, not we all know what it is. That's not true. But I don't know. I feel like we should be able to go with it right now. Like we should be able to just show it because I feel like they've seen some of it, and I think now that X-Men is out of the way, might as well just show some of the Spider-Man stuff. Isn't there a Nova project in limbo? Yeah, no. I mean, there's stuff. There's definitely things that are. It seems like Nova is moving at the usual speed that it's always moving at, which is one, whatever the lowest speed is that's possibly moving. Let's see. All right, let's look at this. Because right now I have Comic Book Movie open. They have like a live thing, and as of now, I have not seen any like anything coming from it, which feels weird. Has anybody seen any news? It seems like okay, that's a little ding. That's got to be something. They're just saying waiting. Okay, well never mind. That explains it. Um, so okay, so we got. Uh, okay, cool. If anybody sees anything and like has a better place to go, because like I had Discussing Film open before, but I can never tell. I mean, like comicbook.com is there. All of these guys are there. Um, and I do think last time we had one of these, we got like a video of it. This one is too many people. Like there's just too much going on. So I don't think they can hide. Like people will get video of it. But yeah, so we're going to get X-Men. We're going to get Vision, probably. Um, uh, let's see. Let me write that down because I have a little writing pad here. And I can write because there's no cat on my lap. Oh, wait a second. Never mind. So we're going to get Vision, Spider-Man, X-Men announcements probably. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some Black Panther announcements. I'm surprised that we haven't seen anything for Denzel's role yet. I think they should just say what that is. And I think it'll probably be that character most people think he is, whose name I can't remember. But I've kind of heard described as Black Panther's Joker. We're in the first delay announcement, the delay of the panel itself. Yeah, it is happening eventually. There's going to be interesting news. Achebe, yes, that's it. But we don't know that. It just feels like he's the one. Oh, Blue Marvel would be cool, but I feel like we know or at least I don't remember why, but I thought he was the villain in that movie. It'd be interesting if they made Blue Marvel the villain. That would just kind of be Sentry, though. So yeah, I think we'll see some Black Panther stuff. The weird thing is they can't show Secret War stuff, right? Like, because the context of Secret Wars would inform what's going to happen. Why do I even have that microphone on? I'm not using it. The context of Secret Wars would inform what's going to happen in Doomsday. Not that I think Doomsday is a big surprise, but it's just like, what could you show? I do think, so I think you could get away with. I don't think you could show anything. I think you could announce some people. I'm just going to pan the camera over a little bit so I can. Wait, no, I was going that way. I think you can announce some people, but also, like, what's the point to have people announced for something that, like, has no. Like, you can't give any context. You could maybe have Kamala come out and say, like, I'm going to be in it. But even that, I feel like people would think it's a spoiler because they'd be like, oh, now we know she's not going to die in Doomsday, which A, doesn't mean that, and B, who cares? I think the new trailer is going to be better. I mean, we kind of know what the new trailer is, right? Like, we've seen it, or heard it, I guess. I think we've seen, I see, the thing with trailers now is it's so easy with AI to make fake trailers and then like kind of blur them and you're like, oh, I think that's footage of a real thing, but it's hard to tell. But yeah, so here's what I think they maybe will announce. If I were them, this is what I would announce. Give us an actor we haven't had yet in Vision Quest. Maybe if there is a Jim Hammond actor. Actually, you know what? You don't need that. Show us the Paladin costume. Show us some new costumes for, for Visions or Vision Quest. Give us enough that people can kind of tangibly kind of touch something, like give it something. And Siden asked, when do these announcements start? I don't know, soon-ish. All the live people that are blogging it are just like, it's coming eventually, ... Okay, so we got, apparently the Ahsoka people are there. Am I saying it right? Ashoka? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I do know it's Ahsoka. My problem with it is, what's the H doing there? In my mind, I pronounce it Ashoka, but that is wrong. Wait, it is Ashoka? No. It is a cool poster. I'll give him that. Who are those red guys? Just like, are they the Knights of Ren? Oh, that'd be nice. No. They would never mess with me. That's definitely how you pronounce it. It's I feel like this is very helpful. Ooh, it's like a Starfighter trailer. Didn't even think about that. That would be cool. So the H is essentially silent. If I would pronounce, I guess instead of calling it a hard H, you would say it's like a soft H. Ahsoka. All right. But yeah, you got big red guys running around underneath Ahsoka. Yeah, Thrawn. I saw there was a picture, some concept art of that robot that's like really old, played by I think David Tennant, with like a bunch of lightsabers, which is not great, considering I would say that would almost guarantee that guy's gonna die. Oh no, this is not wine. This is just Coke, like Coke Zero. But I have wine glasses, and I think wine glasses are just the best glasses, hardest to spill. So I tend to use those. Yeah, so someone said Tangled thing, Magneto, Matt Smith Magneto, that's probably not it. Yeah, it's probably like, so I don't think we'll do, all right, here's the question. This is my big, like, because, sorry. This is my big question. Oh, that's too much. What am I, Johnny Bravo? All right, that's fine. My big question is Adam Driver playing who we think he's playing yet? Because, and then who do we think he's playing? Like, there could be, the rumors are either, okay, here's the rumors. It's either Magneto, Sinister, Shaw, or Stryker, right? Those are the four. I think Magneto's probably not it. I just don't buy it. I don't think he'd be a bad Sinister, but he's not. I think he's best used, honestly, as a Stryker. I don't see him as Shaw, right? But I can see a play on. The only reason I don't see him as Shaw, and my problem with Shaw, is Sebastian Shaw. We got him already in that other movie. We got him already in First Class. Also, kind of played differently, right? Like, I think I would love a kind of traditional take on Shaw, where he is like a jacked Ben Franklin looking guy. But yeah, I don't love Adam Driver as Shaw. So like, yeah, I mean, and I think Stryker is maybe one of the most interesting antagonists you could put in this. You know, you could also make him like Craig and Creed or something. Now, as far as like other guys it could be, oh, he does look like Mastermind. So then like the question of Sinister, like why would Sinister work? I guess with Sinister, it's like, I want Sinister to feel old. Adam Driver to me feels young. And like, that's because he's my age, but also like, I don't know. And for anybody that's like hasn't started yet, like they're doing Ahsoka stuff. Season 2 comes out January 20th. We very little that we know from this. Sorry, just having a fruit snack. His baby sketch on SNL was sick. Luke Evans Shaw. Yeah, like Luke Evans is what I think Shaw would be. Oh, good. Someone DM me something on the thing. Oh, that's very helpful information. But yeah. So we got Shaw stuff. I'm excited for Shaw. He's the best. Everyone loves Shaw. But yeah, no, I think there's better guys for Shaw. John Hamm would be a fun Shaw. It needs to be a big kind of guy. Yeah. But yeah, right now they're just showing like a thing where they're like, look at all the stuff, look at all of our movies and shows, and we made hoppers, you guys. You liked hoppers, right? We made Guardians of the Galaxy. Everybody loves that. Um, and eventually they'll show something else. But yeah, it's always sunny in the sizzle reel. Oh, that's cool. D23. Like D23 is nice. Just this beginning stuff where they look at all the great stuff we made. I don't know. It's boring to me. I mean, it's fun. I don't know. It's because Disney has so many things now. It usually ends up with me being like, oh right, they bought that. Yeah. Um, so now they're doing stuff, doing even more stuff. It starts now, Matt Horton. It's like literally right now. Um, Someone said, Agara Muglia said, this feels like it's more geared for the parks. I mean, there has been a lot of park stuff, which thank God, because I've been dying for a reason to go to Disney World to see that, like an Avengers ride or something, and they just refuse to make it. But now it does feel like they're actually kind of almost making it. So that's nice. So now they're doing some song or something. Like they're doing like some the Aladdin or something. I don't know. Um, Universal Florida has the Rad Comic Book Park. Oh, that I've been to. I went to that when it was like new, and that was sick. Um, but we've been robbed of my chewing SMR. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, I yeah, because I have fruit snacks. These little fruit snacks. This bag here, this came with 7 fruit snacks. It's usually more than that. I want to say. I want to say it's usually like 10 fruit snacks. 7 feels low. Is there a specific account I'm getting information from? No, just people are just saying where it is. Um, yeah, shrinkflation, exactly. But they are the best ones. It is the tropical. Okay, so BRDYJH. I like the tropical. I like the mango ones as well. I liked strawberry when I was younger, and I still enjoy those sometimes. But these are just the best ones. All right, here we go. I'm gonna have one more, and we're almost done with them. But yeah, it's still some sort of big musical number or something. I don't know. This isn't that exciting for us. They make peanut butter and jelly ones that are good. Ooh, okay. I guess people like this stuff. Because like there's so much stuff, so much dancing, and I guess it's fun to see dancing. Um, the Phantasm asks, how old is Mortimer? He is 9. He has 9 whole years. I've had him since he was like a baby, so I do know how old he is. These official feeling discussing film posts feel great when they come out. Um, yeah, no, I mean the people love it, I'm sure, but I feel like we're very close. I mean, like, listen, Wagner Moura. Someone mentioned we need Wagner Moura. He's busy in that house. He just can't get out of the house. There's too much water on the door and on the water. You shoot it. There's water. Does anybody else watch that movie, The Last House? Let's talk about that instead of D23. Eventually, this dancing segment will end. But yeah, no, The Last House stunk. I didn't like it. Gonna be a fun podcast soon. All right. We're doing more stuff. They still haven't actually shown anything. So I'm going to have my last fruit snack bite. Okay, so now something is happening. Let's see what it is. Jennifer Goodwin. Anybody know who she is? Oh, I don't know. There's some Disney super fans or something. I don't know. Someone asked Jeremy Allen White could be Logan. He would be a bad Logan because, well, he'd be a good Logan because Logan has a difficult relationship with his father, kind of. You ever remember how like there used to be a there was like an idea that like Logan and Sabretooth were related, and it's like, oh, is he his brother? I don't know why. As a kid, I thought it was his dad. I was convinced they were father and son. I don't know where I got that from. So still nothing. Nothing is happening. Still waiting for anything to happen. Oh, hi, Landstander. Thank you for watching. I agree with we've got Geek Ledger here. Matt Wood would be a good Wolverine. I think I've seen it. I like him a lot as Wolverine. I don't expect, and by I've seen it. I mean, I've seen the Saturday Night movie. I don't expect he's going to be like the guy. Because I do think they're going to need a name for Wolverine, even though I don't think they will, but like I think they'll think they do. And it's a shame because I think he seems really good for it. Okay, so Jennifer Godwin and Kihei Kwan are there. Oh, that's Kihei Kwan. Okay, great. I like him. Indy Navarrete is X-23. I mean, that would be fun, but why not keep what's her name? She's so good. She's Daphne Keane. She's still the great thing about Daphne Keane too is she's so young. Like Logan came out almost 10 years ago, right? And like in a circumstance where she's like, a 20-year-old, when Logan comes out now, you're like, she's a little too old for X-23. X-23 is supposed to be the younger version of Wolverine, so it'd be weird if she's kind of the same age as him. But she was like, I don't know, 15 when they made that movie, so now it's like totally possible for that to work. The new YouTube video interface is so ass. It is. India's Polaris, I think, is doable. I was going to make a video about this, but I didn't because it was kind of boring. Oh, there's a new Disney CEO, Josh D'Amaro. That's cool. All right, last one because I found one more. Yeah, so people Indy could play, Indy Navarrete. So you could do Polaris, right? Polaris is kind of related to Magneto, and like maybe you wanted Jewish Polaris, but I don't know. I think as long as we get the Magneto right, it's not the biggest deal. Also, I don't know if Navarrete is Jewish. I haven't looked that up. But like that's the limiting factor for that character. I have thought about this for a while, and one of the answers I was talking about with someone that we came up with was Domino. She'd be a really fun Domino, and she's like Domino is a character who obviously she was in the Deadpool movie, Deadpool 2. She was great. Zaz Beetz was great as her, but like I don't know. I feel like she's got a kind of like I don't want to say she's Domino is a character that exists and has existed for a while. I think people have an idea of who that is, but at the same time, I think you could maybe, you could get a little bit of plasticity. You could have her kind of play whatever role you need early in the movie. I think like she could you could I don't know. I think you could do an X-Force movie. But it would have to be a new X-Force movie, and they're not going to do that because they'll want to have Deadpool in it, and then Deadpool will be like, aren't you a different person? Okay. So there's that. There is somebody said Spiral. I think Spiral's a great idea. I think the thing with Spiral is, and yeah, they're just doing the CEO. We're not doing anything cool yet, and not the good CEO that we all love from the Spider-Man movie. Different CEO, but I think, Lone Wolf X6. Thank you. So I have not watched The Gifted. I'm going through all the old X-Men stuff now. I'm currently on the anime, which I never watched, and so far I'm very interested in it. I actually want to check this because I didn't do this. Who does the voice of Storm in the X-Men anime? Because I couldn't, I wasn't sure about this, but let's see. It's a cool anime. Like, it's very cool looking, and I like Danielle and Nicolette. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I think they should do a long shot thing, and I think Indy Navarrete would be good as what's her name, would be good as Spiral, because Spiral is a friend of Longshot. She is a stunt person, kind of high. Oh, I've watched Logan. Don't get me wrong, Phoenix trailers that I've seen. But she can be a high energy character who then has to switch to being her brain melted by mojo. Then she's kind of like this psychic, magician who can see the future and all kinds of weird stuff. Like, she's just real weird. And I think, based on the one thing I've seen her in, Indy does that. And also the character does kind of look like her. Like, Ricochet Rita kind of looks like Indy. The other one someone suggested that I absolutely love, and I don't think this would make it into the first movie, but Deathbird would be super fun. Because I want, and I think there's a lot of actors that could do Deathbird, to be fair. But you need someone who's got a lot of energy, who could be real catty, and is real like kind of spunky. And I think she'd have that generally. But Noah Rosansky asked, do I have strong feelings about casting a Gambit? I doubt they'll do a Gambit just because they've got the current Gambit. And also, like, I think Gambit is a good character to introduce in a movie where Rogue exists already and we've had a little bit of Rogue. Like, he was supposed to be the first, or he was supposed to show up in the third X-Men movie, I believe, originally, and then they just didn't do that. So, like, I think that works, bringing him in and having him, like, I don't know. Part of it is I loved X-Men Evolution, and in X-Men Evolution, he's introduced late in the game as a bad guy, and that's cool. I think that's a cool way to set that guy up. I think that my one kind of problem with Gambit is Gambit's kind of been positioned recently, especially by the cartoon, as like the main guy. He's such a core X-Men character, and to me, he just is not a core X-Men character. Like, or he doesn't have to be. Gambit's fun, but like, if you're giving me a 5-man roster, like, there's almost no way I'm putting Gambit on it because we just don't have time. Like, we don't have time for Gambit. We got so many more interesting characters to deal with. And like, yeah, I think Gambit, and I think Gambit would be fun if he shows up. Like, you could even tease him like the Dark Knight. You could have someone hand someone a card at the end of Batman Begins and be like, there's somebody out there with cards. So all right, that's a good question, Raphael. We may have talked about this in the last stream, but someone asked, why is Thor crying? And this is a reference to the Deadpool thing. I don't know this for a fact, but like, was it not just that they redid the shot from Thor: The Dark World where Thor is holding Loki, but they redid it with Deadpool, and that's like a bit. But like, I don't think there's much more context besides just that's what happened in that movie. And like, it's like, oh, what if they switch the guys? So like, I don't know why why people are treating it like such a big deal. But yeah, I mean, it could be funny. I'm sure they could come up with a reason why. This is Disney. So like, and I'm seeing people saying that like that kid at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, or the Brand New Day. And I think in general, like, spoilers for Spider-Man Brand New Day, a movie everybody on planet Earth has seen. People are like, oh my God, is that Miles Morales? And it's like, maybe, probably not. But if they want to have decided it was in a decade, they will say that was him. The same way that they said Spider-Man was that kid with the Iron Man mask on in Iron Man 2, where they were just like, this would be fun for us to do. But like, I don't think it's crazy to consider they may do that. Oh, apparently Anne Hathaway is on stage. That's good. It's good. Verity trailer for all the kids. I think they're gonna love Verity. Oh, thank you, Jennifer McMahon, Hawaii 78. I don't think that was Jean in Brand New Day. I think it was Madeline Pryor. Thoughts? Interesting idea. I'm pretty sure it was Jean. There was a point in the movie where I was watching it where I was like, oh, this is her sister mind controlling her. Like, her sister did one last mind jump, landed in Jean Grey, and then, so as a way to make all of the stuff in Brand New Day that we didn't like be her sister. Like, her sister did that, so it's like, oh, her sister's mean. I don't want that to be the thing. But in my head, when they revealed that in the movie that she had this sister, I was like, oh, actually, that's like a pretty convenient way for them to get out of this fact that she, hit a guy with a car. Not that I think that's a big problem, but I was curious about that. But yeah, but yeah, what was I going to say? I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Well, because Madeline Pryor, if I remember correctly, it's named after someone that died in Jean's life. Maybe the Madeline. But so it's kind of connected to this. Oh, they're doing Princess Diaries stuff. We all love Princess Diaries. And where am I watching this? Just random TikTok streams. They come and then they die, and then they come back and they die again. Every time you brought up VMAX, can help but think of Pokemon. Yeah, it does feel Pokemon-y. And then Devil Kazuya 27. I think they put Psylocke in MCU because of Rivals. I think that's reasonable. I think Psylocke is a big enough character at this point that she deserves to be on it. But I also think the problem with Psylocke is the main problem, which is what do you do with this character that's a mix between a Japanese ninja and a British spy or whatever she was back in the day. And I think there's a way to do it with I think you could develop Betsy Braddock as her own character and then just have Kenon show up, right? And never swap them, never make them the same guy. Maybe have them meet and be like, hey, we're similar or whatever. But yeah, no, I think Anna Sawai is a good actor. A lot of people have been throwing actors in here. I think there's plenty of good actors. Oh, someone's saying have the parents be Asian and live in Britain. You could do that, I guess. But I don't know. I feel although if you wanted to have a twin brother be an Asian, no, because that wouldn't work. I was going to say you get some popular actor. Because I don't want Henry Cavill as what's his name, as Captain Britain. I think we get a new guy. We got a bazillion British actors. That could be where Taron Egerton goes, Reg 897. I can say I can see you. Hello. But yeah, Captain Britain, Charles Melton. Oh, Charles Melton. Let's not get started about history's greatest villain, Charles Melton, who is the reason that this thing is kind of He-Man. There you go. I loved him in the He-Man movie. I liked him in the Kraft Legacy movie I watched, which was so stupid. They used magic to make him woke, so he would date them. It's so funny. But I watched it because it was a Kaylee Spaney movie, and I was like, oh, maybe this will be the thing for her, because I need to know what her deal is if she's going to be if she's going to be Rogue. I'm like, oh, there's a movie where she's in high school, and I could see if she was Rogue, them doing the goth Rogue thing. I think that would be fun. But yeah, Oh, someone was saying, can Trump tell me what happened with Charles Melton? No. I mean, history's greatest villain, mostly just because he seemed like he was going to be Beast, and then maybe he dropped out or changed his mind. And that's not his fault. You know, that's been their fault for not giving enough money or making the script interesting enough for him or whatever. But I think he would be really good for any role in these movies. I think he'd be good Cyclops, good Angel, good Beast, probably not good Iceman. But it doesn't seem like he's into it, or at least he's not into the version of it that, you know, was presented to him. And it seemed like he wasn't going to be in X-Men, and then they maybe weren't going to announce the cast here, and they still might not, but if they do, that would be cool. And I think they could just do some of the cast and maybe not all of it. Also, for like people that are curious what's going on, there's like a Simpsons animatic playing or something because they're making that Simpsons movie, and I haven't, you know, I haven't watched The Simpsons in a while, but I don't know what this will be, or like why they're playing baseball. Someone's saying he escaped Riverdale. He should be able to do what he wants. Okay, so I did see another question before that I didn't answer, I think, in the chat, so I should answer that. Yes, okay. So Lone Wolf asked, do I think 90 Spider-Man will come back like 97? Maybe. The tough part about that is like, I mean, yeah, I think they probably will. The problem with that is the Spider-Man cartoon that they have going now is really good, and I don't know if they'd want to make a second Spider-Man cartoon. I think they could get away with it. It's Spider-Man. I mean, they already have a Spider-Man cartoon for kids where their heads are big or whatever, but like, if the other Spider-Man cartoon wasn't so good, I'd be like, why do we really need both? But now I'm like, no, we need both. Or like, we need to keep the other one, like Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And then the other person asked, oh, hey, Steven, what's up? Mike 40 Music asked, will we ever see Onslaught in live action or 97? So, like, I do think he'll probably show up in next season of 97, but, like, I don't know, man. I feel like if they didn't do him yet, and Professor X kind of seemed to have gotten over his business without, like, spoiling what happens in the show for people that haven't finished it yet. Like, I'm not convinced he'll be in it. I would like to see him, kind of, but also, I don't know. I don't know what I would want from an Onslaught. Oh, yeah, my X-Men 97 Season 2 review is coming. I also have another really fun X-Men 97 video that I've been wanting to, like, talk about because I'm like, this is something that people will enjoy because they like the show, and, like, this makes it better. But I don't want to, like, kind of give it away. We'll see. Then, okay, someone else had another question. Oh, someone asked top 5 X-Men. Easy. Or my X-Men roster, if I had to create one now, would probably look a lot like... it would probably look a lot like the Astonishing group. Honestly, I think that's kind of the perfect group. Cyclops, Beast. Well, yeah, Cyclops, Beast, Emma, Kitty, Wolverine. And there's others. Yeah, I think that group has even changed because they get Colossus eventually and stuff. But I think that's a really fun team because you've got some of the originals. You know, you've got like you've got Beast, you've got Cyclops. Cyclops and Jean on the same team, while can be interesting, I just don't. I like forcing him to kind of do his own thing. And I think there's a lot of... I like the Cyclops Emma thing. I like Kitty. I think Kitty's like one of my favorite ones of those, so I think she should definitely be in it. And then after that, like, it's like, that's the whole team of guys. That's five characters. Oh, man. X-Men 97, yeah. A lot of people are saying a lot of things about X-Men 97. Let's see. No, why would you have an X-Men team without Storm? You know what? That's fair. I do think you need Storm. Let's say let's say Storm could take Beast's place. Because I don't think Beast is necessary. Cyclops, Storm, Emma, Kitty. Cyclops, Storm, Emma, Kitty, Wolverine. That's pretty good. I think you have a lot of conflict there. You have conflict between Cyclops and Emma, Cyclops and Wolverine, Storm and Storm and Emma. If that would be really funny if they get into the thing where Storm and Emma switch bodies, or the new Black Emma that's out there in space or whatever, the Black Diamond. They probably wouldn't do that, but yeah, I like an X-Men team that's mostly women. I think that's interesting. I think there's a lot of good X-Men women. Someone asked, am I doing weekly recaps for Lanterns? I think so. My second week will be weird because I'm going to be traveling. So I'm just trying. I try to get in touch with them to get like a screener, but they're not as responsive and easy to work with as some of the other companies that do this. I'm assuming they're very busy. But I want to. And I haven't seen it at all. So I'm going in completely blind. Devil Kazuya 27 asked, do I think they'll modernize Magneto's past for the MCU? I really hope not. I think it's a good idea to I think there's enough good ideas that you can use to modernize Magneto, to bring a modern Magneto in, like someone that's young, and then also have him still have the Holocaust story. I would need, and I mean, man, I guess you could get Chris Claremont to just be like, no, I like this new thing we're doing, because that part of Magneto's origin is very important, and how do you keep him the same age? I don't know, just have him be, have him be age weird because of magnetism. Have him be captured. Make him like I think the most interesting answer to that question. Make him the opposite Captain America. Nazis got him. Put him in some sort of suspended animation to maybe supercharge this mutant, and then they kind of got caught, and then they forgot about him, and then someone uncovers him in the 2000s, and then he comes back and it kind of starts aging, and that's why he looks at everything. It's oh my god, this is messed up. We got to do something about all of this mutant, prejudice. So I think you could get away with that. Did I hear Asa German was going to be Cyclops? I don't know who that is, Lone Wolf. Let's see. Oh, sure, from whatchamacallit, from Gen V. I mean, he could maybe do it. I don't know. I liked him in Gen V enough. I had not heard him thrown around for Cyclops, though, but that could be cool. By the way, if anyone's curious, it looks like what they're doing is some sort of Incredibles thing right now, so they're going to make it about the kids in Incredibles 3 or something, which is something they did in the last one, too, kind of. But also, I don't know, man, I really didn't like Incredibles 2. I'm going to get to some of these other questions. Garter of the Serpent Society. Oh, good, we got some Serpent Society people here. Who's my favorite Lantern? This is a good question. I enjoy Guy a lot, right? Guy is very fun. Guy is a good character to have on a team. I grew up with John on the cartoon, and I think that show is great, and I think it made John a very fun character. I don't love... it's not that I don't like, whatchamacallit, what was I going to say? It's not that I don't like Kyle Rayner. I just have never connected with that character. It's never been my guy. And then beyond him, it's Hal, and then you got the Space Lanterns, and I'm assuming we're just talking about Earth Lanterns. I think Hal is my favorite, and it's a boring answer, but yeah, I mean other Lanterns that I like, but yeah, I mean there's other fun ones out there. Yeah, Gnort is fun. The squirrel is fun. You know, I mean, Kilowog is great. Kilowog's a real fun character. I would say he's probably my favorite if I just had to talk about one that I wanted to see and stuff. Simon Baz is interesting. I think Jessica Cruz has been in enough that I like her, but I'm not convinced she's like my favorite one. She's good though. I think she's like I think she's got potential. Um, but yeah, I do think Hal is my favorite, and I am excited because it looks like he's going to be a real piece of work in this show, and I think a Hal that is a mess would be fun. Um, to answer one of the questions that just came up from Matt Mann, have there been any crazy reveals? No, not really. The Incredibles is going to be, they're going to make a third one, and it's going to be about the kids or something. There was a new Simpsons movie clip where they chase a baseball. I don't know what that's all about, but sure, you know, they like making those. And I like The Simpsons. To be fair, I have not watched modern Simpsons, and I know why people don't like it as much as the old stuff. But like, I still find it funnier than a lot of the other cartoons on TV now. So every time I check in with it, I'll like see a bit and go like, ah, that's a pretty good bit. And oh, they're doing young adult Coco. There's a picture of young adult Coco. You'll see that and be like, wow, that's funny. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Uh, Talked about the lanterns, and yeah, the Simpsons. Simpsons are good. Yeah, I just think new Simpsons stuff isn't amazing, but it does hit sometimes. So like, I do think this movie will probably be pretty fun. Um, what is the premise of Coco too? I don't know. So it looks like the new Coco movie is going to be about Coco and the bad guy from Coco 1 doing something, which is fine. I do kind of. Oh, he's going to see his grandma. That'll be sad. I do think that, like, this idea of, like, what if the guy from the last movie was in this movie is just kind of like a little. Like, I like the idea of just new stuff. Um, uh, like moving forward as opposed to like always having to deal with the same characters. Someone said Miko Dawson said I hope they put Emma Mackey in Simpsons too. They should. She can fix whatever the problem is because she understands compromise and she can like bring people from both sides of the baseball chasing community together. Um, Jennifer McMahon, Hawaii, asked, Nando, speaking of lanterns, do I think Parallax already possesses Hal? If he is, I think he is. People keep saying his suit is just old and dirty, but to me, green looks like dirty yellow. That would be interesting. I I wouldn't hate that, honestly, if they did a Hal that was possessed. Well, it's tough because Parallax is like one of the only things we got in the Ryan Reynolds one that everyone hates. So part of me is like, they're probably not going to touch any of the stuff from that movie. But you know, I think that could be cool. I like the idea of Hal training John coming to love Hal, and then Hal turning into the bad guy. You know what it is though? It would be very similar to a lot of the other Marvel or DC stuff. Like DC loves its bad guys that are secretly a different guy, like hiding in another guy. Um, but I think you can do fun stuff with that. Uh, what time will there be something about Doomsday? Probably at the very end. I feel like they know, but it's like that's the thing with this. It's not like people are going to leave. They'll be here the whole time. But I do think maybe they're kind of playing it with the stuff for younger audiences first. It's going to kind of skew older as it goes. I imagine we'll see Star Wars first, and then Avengers. I think Avengers will be last. Um, they're doing some Kingdom Hearts stuff. I've never played any of those games. They seem fun. Um, Someone asked a question that I wanted to get to. Oh, what sports do I watch? I like, you know, I used to like football a lot more than I do. Not that I'm against it, but I just don't have time. Uh, but I could. I think I'm gonna try to kind of get back into it. Um, I tried with soccer, couldn't do it. I would, what I wish I'd liked more into like esports. I feel like I could get into that. I feel like that'd be fun, but I have not been able to like do that. I should stream Kingdom Hearts. That would be cool. Um, Marble racing. I mean, I've watched those videos. I don't hate it. Um, Someone asked, is the event 3 days long? So it is long. It's tricky because what football team did I root for? Oh, New Orleans Saints. I guess you can't really see anything in the shot here, but I usually have a lot of stuff. And yeah, who is Mika Abdallah? Someone keeps saying this in the chat. Oh, she's kind of looks like Rogue, I guess. I don't know. She's from a Josh Hutcherson thing. Oh no, just Houston. Never mind. I was about to be very excited. Yeah. I haven't played Token. I'm not a big fighting game guy, which is a shame because I think I'd like it. Apparently, there's a Kingdom Hearts Disney Plus show. That's fun. That'll be real fun. I think. I think people will like that because, like, I think. I think on one hand, people will see it as like, oh, they're just putting in all the cameos, but on the other hand, like, I don't know, it is fun if that's done properly and if it's animated well. There's a part of me that like wants them to make this because it's like, oh, they're gonna have to animate it well because like Mickey's in it. They're not gonna skimp on this one, and that would be good. Do I play Disney Infinity? Did I? Oh, absolutely. I've got them all in a box back there. I cannot, even though no one's going to use them. There's no way. There's no value in me keeping them. I refuse to. What was I going to say? I refuse to sell them or throw them away or donate them or anything. Because one of these days they're going to be real collector's items, and I do think the sculpts are cool. Like I kind of wish they could come up with something fun to do with them. Yeah, exactly. The designs were great for those. Also, let's look up because right now, oh my gosh, we're kind of running out of like ideas here, or like they haven't. There's just nothing going on right now besides that Coco's going to be in Kingdom Hearts. Kind of waiting for more stuff. Someone was going to say something. Someone asked, is Gene more irredeemable than Bear? I don't think so. But, maybe. I'm sure someone could make the argument. But I was going to ask... Oh, okay. On Timing asks where I get my Marvel figures. Wherever I can. I love finding them in a store, but it's usually not how that works. But yeah, to answer anybody's questions, like I am watching the live stream, and they just have not. They just haven't. And by the live stream, I mean like the stream of comments and stuff from the people that are there. So far, nobody has shown anything cool. So it looks like this anime is by someone named Tetsuya Nomura. That it seems like most people just know them from being a Square Enix guy who worked on like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts and stuff. So that's not so surprising. Now here comes Ghost Market. Anybody know what Ghost Market is? Is it a game? Is it a... Oh, it's a comedy film. Okay, that's fun. So Vagabu asked if I do streams now. Really only for this. There's been a lot of these announcements and stuff. But, if I can find a reason to keep doing them, I have no problem with them. They're fun. Oh, someone asked about the Escape Pod podcast. I mean, I've never been on it, but I know that they exist. And I have recently been trying to watch more TikTok videos, and you know, stuff of theirs. I'm sure has made it onto my radar. Um, but uh, the yeah. So there's a new Pixar movie called Oh No, Ghost Market, and it's coming out in 2028. Asian myths about supernatural bazaars where the living and dead interact. Okay, cool. Oh, there's like a little video or something. Okay. So I watched a little thing. This is kind of cute. It seems like this little trailer for the Ghost Market movie, and it's just like a little guy who's live streaming something at whatever this Ghost Market is, and then he's like, "The ghosts are coming to get me," uh, but it's like got a handheld camera thing going on. That's pretty cool for like one of these. I don't know. That's what's the word? New. That's different. Um, where are the updates? Right now I'm on comicbookmovie.com and they have a live stream going and they posted like this one because it was, I think, released by Disney. Ooh, now they're showing some Gato stuff. Gato looks so cool. And just because it's a cat, although I hate watching, it's like um, as much as I love cats, I still don't watch Flo because I just cannot watch the sad little cat in it. Even though I feel like it's probably nice, I just don't like. Yeah, I don't like watching cats be sad. But if they have human voices, that's different. I think I get anthropomorphism a little bit, and it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, um, Mortimer is not missing him. Mortimer watched it, I think, probably with Anna, and yeah. Uh, Have you seen the awful Ricky Gervais cat show? No, I have not. And I usually do try to watch bad stuff. I love my Bill Maher. Um, I love all that stuff because it's funny to watch aging hipsters fall out of touch with reality. And Ricky Gervais, I'm sure, is doing that. But no, I haven't watched his show. I think I will like Flo. I know it's not a sad film. It's the idea that like the cat has a little house, and then the house gets washed away or whatever, and then it has to run away, and it's all scared. I don't know, but now I sound like one of those guys that's like, oh, I hate it when there's a dog getting shot in a movie. Like Anne Hathaway said that, and I don't think that's. I don't think they should be R-rated or anything like that. Yeah, they're showing stuff of Gato, the little cat. He's a little black cat. I mean, this movie looks gorgeous. Like, I'm very excited for this movie. And I think cats are very, like, expressive. I think they make for good protagonists for something like this. I've heard about the I Hate Bill Maher podcast. I have not listened to it yet, but I'm sure I would love it. Cast Fan 99 asks, will I stream the Wolverine game when it's out? Maybe. It's a good question. Is it what is it? Is it just PlayStation? I don't know how to stream from a PS5. I guess you can do it. It's not that hard. So maybe. Oh, Bagel. Was it Bagel Time asked if I saw the end of Oak Street? Yeah, that was a tough one for as a cat owner. Although I didn't expect any of the animals to do anything super well in that. Honestly, what I wanted from a cat in that movie would be like a moment where a T-Rex is trying to get somebody, and then a cat comes up and hisses at him, and the T-Rex runs away. That'd be cool. Yeah, I guess I need a capture card for that. Would I rather have Firestar be a part of Spidey's Amazing Friends or part of the New Warriors? I mean, I don't know if we're going to get the New Warriors, so definitely Spider-Man's Amazing Friends. And I do think the idea of having mutants, like I like Firestar. So like Firestar started, I mean, Firestar Firestar would be cool in the MCU because she hates Emma Frost. So it'd be kind of fun to put Firestar in here as like kind of this someone who is just always out after Emma Frost. It is a bummer she wasn't in Brand New Day, but there's time. Someone asked a question that I liked. Firestar was cool in Fall of Krakoa. Someone asked if I played Kingdom Hearts. The answer is no. I've never played any of those games. I was an Xbox guy when I was younger, and I missed all that. But it looks fun. I've watched some videos of it, of like Goofy saying funny things. Is there going to be any MCU or Star Wars stuff here? There definitely will be there. We're into the second hour. For anybody that's just joining us, we've seen a lot of Disney stuff like cartoons, Incredibles 2, Coco 2, or Incredibles 3, Coco 2, all that stuff. But eventually, and yeah, they're in Pixar now, eventually they're going to have to do, like, the question, okay, so which one's bigger? Is Doomsday bigger? Showing a new Doomsday trailer, is that bigger than showing the first trailer for Star Wars Starfighter? Because like more people know Doomsday exists than Starfighter. But if Starfighter is as good as they say, that would be kind of interesting if they ended that with this. Doomsday is bigger. Of course, Doomsday is bigger. But like, would the first look of a new movie be better than another look without too much new stuff of Doomsday? And I still don't think the answer is yes. I think they do show the X-Men like on stage if they can. But it's tricky because yeah, I agree. Like, I think Starfighter is bigger because we have already seen Doomsday. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Starfighter being the last thing because then we can do Doomsday next. But they're really taking their sweet time. So Mint Harvest said Doomsday just got a trailer. Another one will take a while. You would assume, except there is a new one that they made with like that like went to San Diego Comic-Con that is similar to the original trailer that we saw, but different enough that I think it would make a lot of sense for them to just release that. I think it's a better trailer too. Some people are asking if I was going to make a video about it. The answer is I was going to, but then I didn't, because Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch better have a glitch. That's all I know about that. Or if they put some of the other ones, like the one that's in love with Stitch. Oh, Angel is confirmed to join the movie. For people that are just joining, I'm talking about Lilo and Stitch news. But yeah, Starfighter, and I agree, Starfighter could be really cool. Oh, I'm making a video about the X-Men 97 finale. Don't you worry. I had to put out a video today that was about some of the DC stuff because it was like, I got to talk about this, and I want to talk about it before there's like another thing because these never end. I have a good feeling about Starfighter. Like, I think it'll probably be good. But yeah, I do think it's silly that Sean Levy's the only person that can make the Ghost Rider movie. That's an insane thing to say. You seemed annoyed mentioning 97. No. On the contrary, I think it's very interesting. And like, I think I liked a lot of the finale. I think the big kind of picture, like the narrative of the finale for me is it was cool, but like a lot of the things in it were cool, but at the same time, I don't think it brought enough to the finale to make it feel like a cohesive season, which is a shame because I think 1 through 4 obviously set up things that were really cool. but yeah, I agree. The back half of the season was a little aimless. I also think just like, you know, the bad guy at the end looked kind of silly. Um, but I do think it was cool. I think it was like, I think there were things like episode 5 and episode 7 I really really liked. So I can't say that I didn't think it was good. Um, it just didn't. I don't know. Just didn't like feel like as cohesive of a season. And I did like, and I think I don't want to be like a hater because I still think it was better than nothing. But I think this sixth episode is where I feel like you can look back and go like, oh, we needed more stuff. Like, and this is where it should have gone, because even if it was just developing someone else like Storm or Beast or a character that's already there, um, I think it was some strange decisions. Um, Someone asked if it's as good as season 1. Definitely not. I haven't read Bo's outline. I really don't know how to feel about like Bo and the whole deal, because I don't know. It seems really complicated. And on one hand, it's always tough when someone's like, I'm the guy, and I've been, like, I was, I had all the right answers, and they fired me for a reason that might be legitimate, and now they're doing everything wrong. It's really hard to look at that and go like, well, they're definitely telling the truth, because sometimes they might not be, So I don't know. But yeah, season 1 of the show is great. What do you guys think of Romy and Michelle 2? You guys love Romy and Michelle 2? Because they're making Romy and Michelle 2. I don't know if you guys remember Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. It was a movie from the 90s that I've never seen, which starred Lisa Kudrow, who I love. Don't get me wrong. But Romy and Michelle, it was just like a movie about two women that go to their high school reunion, I guess, or something. Lisa Kudrow is really funny. I think she gets lumped in with a lot of the rest of those guys from Friends, where it's like you look at Ross post Friends, he's doing fine, but he's not like, it's the difference between Friends and Seinfeld. The kind of is like you look at Friends or you look at Seinfeld and you see Larry David and the writing on Larry David, and then you're like, oh, he could just go do another one. He can make Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's amazing because he's just kind of a little genius at this. And I don't think that seems to show itself with Friends. And because of that, you didn't expect much from the rest of them. But Lisa Kudrow is the funniest person on Friends by a mile, and the comeback is the best. Really, really excellent. Like a show that's like also had forever to make, and like, yes, it's really weird. Let's see. It looks like they're doing Percy Jackson things. And like, I haven't watched that. I mean, listen, we could do the first Romeo and Michelle for mostly no big. I wouldn't be against that. Did I watch? So okay, actually, that's not true. I watched season 1 of Percy Jackson. I did not watch season 2. I kind of liked it. I remember the idea that the wrestler was Ares was cool. It felt kind of small for me, in that it felt like a book where there's a lot going on, and everything is supposed to be real like big and weird, and it just felt like one of those shows where they tried their best on a budget but couldn't produce that, like couldn't make that happen. And it was okay. I don't know. It was fine, but I wasn't in love with it. Lisa Kudrow, Val Cooper, that would be sick. I would love that. I mean, I really do. Like, I know Comeback's really funny. She used to do like improv. She was on like an improv team with Conan O'Brien. Like, that's great. That's like comedy, not like royalty, but like what a thing to put on your comedy resume. And like, yeah, she's great. But Someone asked, thoughts on Nicholas Hoult HBO news? Bad. He shouldn't do it. He's going to be great as it because he's good, like that. The way that character works, he's going to be excellent because it's just a really fun, hammy character. It's just like his character from The Great. But there's no good reason for him to do this TV show because it just feels like such a like every time someone takes one of these roles, it tells me they're either really out of touch, which is possible, or they just don't care. And I think it's got to be some of both, because if they cared, they would be at least a little bit in touch. But also, like their agent would tell them, they have people that's job it is to go, hey, by the way, you're gonna get boycotted if you pick this. But maybe they're just like, I feel like maybe not agent, your manager would tell them. Someone would tell them, so they would find out. But yeah, that's true. Third option is they just really, really like Harry Potter. That's fair. I still don't think that's a good reason to do it, but that is possible. My thing with Harry Potter is I was never a big fan of it, so it was absolutely no like skin off my back to like lose it. But whoa, apparently Indy Nevere is backstage. Oh shit, you guys, do you think she is Mystique? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay. Now this is like something, you know? This is like an actual thing. This is the first piece of news I care about. Interesting. And they showed a trailer for fucking this show, Percy Jackson. Man, that looks like a Disney Plus show. It's very dark. And like dark in that like please light the show kind of way. Oh, the Jonas Brothers are on stage for Camp Rock 3. Jonas Brothers, famously, I believe, from New Jersey. I think I know people that know them. Solo is my tribal chief asked, do I like WWE? Enough. I think I used to like it more as like a kid, and then but also, I mean, what's his name? Vince McMahon it really is like the worst. So it's kind of hard to be excited about it now. Like, so like I like watching some of the events and like watching, you know, like, oh, this is what's the one where they Royal Rumble. I love a Royal Rumble, and I think some of the personalities in WWE are great, but not all of them. And but the bigger problem is just like I don't know. It's so the fact that Vince McMahon is such a big part of WWE really takes a lot of the fun out of it. If they like completely distance themselves from him, maybe that would be cool, but I don't know. Good question, YouTube accounter 5900. What do I think about Supergirl using AI concept art for Lobo? Bad. If that is what they're doing, because it definitely seems like it. I'm a little bit hesitant to okay, Vince is long gone, but it's like his daughter is still there, and like I feel like the legacy of Vince McMahon feels like a thing that has not kind of disappeared enough. I don't know though. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Also, I mean, 3 years. It's been a while since I've really paid attention to wrestling. But what was I going to say? Someone asked a question. So the AI thing, if it's wrong, or if it's real, then that's bad. I usually these days I try to take my time with accusations of AI and then looking at stuff and going, oh, that's actually just AI. Like, you know, versus like, oh, that kind of looks like AI, but actually that's just like that style, or that style kind of feels like AI because AI has been trained on that thing. So like, I think the Hank Green thing was interesting because that was kind of like, people were saying like he sounds like AI, and I'm like, I agree, and I do think it's like people were saying maybe vibe coding or something like that. But on the other hand, like he's been part of the internet for so long, how can AI not kind of sound like him? But anyway, the thing with AI is The thing with the Supergirl AI that I find confounding is like I don't think any of these places should be using it for concept art. There's excellent concept art artists out there doing it for like just their Instagrams and stuff that are like amazing. And if there was ever a character where I'm like, you can get somebody to do this for you easily, it's Jason Momoa, like as what's his name, as Lobo. He already looks like Lobo. There have been a million people that have done like fan drawings and really cool fan art of him as Lobo pretty much since he showed up in like Game of Thrones. So I don't understand why they would need to like I guess it's so weird that the thing that they got caught for is the thing that they need to use it for the least, which makes me go like, oh, they're using it for everything then. Someone asked, isn't Gunn anti-AI? What is he doing? I mean, that's the thing with being a producer of all of these movies and directing and writing your own things. Like, to some extent, it's just how do you know what everybody's doing with everything? Like how do you know what the what the production team, you see a thing, you see an image, and you go, oh, I guess that's what they're doing for Jason Momoa. Okay, and then you kind of move on and you go back to writing Creature Commando season 2. So like, I think that's pretty tough. Like and I don't think that means that he shouldn't be responsible for it, but at least at the really big, at the like high level, I'm not surprised. Like I think he could still not want AI in his thing and not know whenever anybody's using it. Someone asked, they use AI for Lantern's mood board. So that's an interesting one because I don't fully know what a mood board is. Like I know what it is, but like, are you just going through and yeah, and deleting the video definitely makes it look like it was AI. So like, as far as the confirmation goes, it feels as good as we're gonna get. So like, and like, yeah, I think it's very bad. The mood board one is interesting because it's like if you download something for a mood board, I assume you didn't make it, right? You're just like finding things where you're like, oh, that's kind of what we want the suit to look like, and that's kind of what we want So like, I don't think they would have thought that the suits that they found online, if they were like a CGI render of a Cal Jordan suit, I assume they would have known that would be fan art or something. So I don't think they can, like, I don't know if they could use that. Because, like, I remember we saw mood boards for the Spider-Man movie when we knew they were making ninjas, or like that was leaked. And it was like, oh yeah, here's like a clip of a ninja, and then here's a clip of a sword, and like different images. Like for those, I get it. That's like, so I would understand if someone said we thought this was a real picture of a sword, we saw it look cool. I assume by this point everybody kind of knows you have to do like a reverse image search on everything like that just to make sure. But it's hard to. It just feels hard to understand what they thought that was if they didn't think that it was fan art. And then if it's fan art, it's weird that they're using that for the mood board. But yeah, AI is bad as the end. I think the MCU should have stayed away from AI. I will say, Mint Harvest, there was an AI controversy for Wonder Man, except this is why I've kind of taken my time with it. It seems like that maybe wasn't AI. It's just a problem because AI has a specific look that's also the look Wonder Man was deliberately trying to emulate because of the time frame that it was in. So if you make a DVD cover that's fake, that looks real. So like the idea of that, like that looks like AI. So that I think is a reason why I don't feel. Did they confirm it was used? I don't know. If they confirm it was used, then that's bad. Oh, they did something for the Bluey movie. Great. Just in case anybody's still watching this to find out stuff about the Disney thing, Bluey's in it. This is a weird one though, because like, is Bluey The entire Endgame cast is coming back for the Bluey movie. Is the Bluey movie taken so long that that the Bluey movie will have grown its audience? Probably not. I think but like someone that watched Bluey as a kid isn't going to go to the Bluey movie because it's 5 years ago and they're older. But like, there's people watching it now, and yeah, it'll make $1 million. So the Avengers, the Secret Invasion AI intro, they shouldn't have done it because it looked stupid and it was a bad idea. But I think that one I'm almost more like sympathetic to, because they thought they were doing something really clever and they weren't, and it didn't look good. But like, they were like, we used AI to make it because it's supposed to be like about people having weird faces, and like, that's dumb. But I think this is worse if they're hiding AI and using it for stuff like that. But yeah, the Secret Invasion thing was so dumb, as if that show needed more bad blood, or bad, karma. Okay, still Bluey stuff. Great, great, great. Let's see, what else we got here? What other chats have I missed? I feel like I missed one. Oh, Lone Wolf X6 asks, can I explain a little Jim Hammond for Vision Quest? Okay, so Jim Hammond was the original Human Torch. He was a robot made by... God, what's the name of the guy? They brought him back for the Defenders show, or the Defenders comic. Phineas Horton, that's it. And he was like one of the first big characters in Marvel Comics. Also, they're making an Ice Age movie or something. And yeah, he is good in Ultimates. That's a good point. But yeah, he eventually, I can't remember if it's him or his sidekick. Originally, their body was used to make the Vision. So like, when the Vision was created, they used Wonder Man's brain patterns and I believe the Human Torch body in the comics. But it might have been Toro, who was the name of their sidekick. But either way, so he has like a connection to Vision in the comics. It seems like part of the idea with the movie is that Vision is going to be, or with the show, is Vision's going to be taking the minds of the different AIs and like cataloging them, kind of like Brainiac steals steals planets, although this will be different. He'll just be kind of saving bits of robot consciousness. So if he's the first AI, and we did see him very, very briefly in Captain America 1 at the World's Fair, it would make sense that he's there. Like, that would be cool. Oh, someone suggested a cool character to do would be M11 from the Agents of Atlas. I think that would be cool. I like that version of Agents of Atlas. I was just reading about that comic where they crossed over with the other Agents of Atlas. But to answer the question about Jim Hammond, but like, we don't know what happened with him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because he didn't seem to do anything. Right? Like, they invented a human robot or something, and maybe it could light itself on fire or whatever. But, like, we haven't heard about that before. If anything, what they could do with it is maybe have Jim Hammond be, like, a robot. Excuse me. Have Jim Hammond be the first robot that was ever made, gain consciousness, and just ran away. Never did anything, like hid from everybody, and maybe Vision's got to find it because he's like, there's an AI out here that is doing like what I kind of wanted to do, which was like live out my life. Because if we have a Jim Hammond, where is he? And did he fight in World War I or World War II? Did Cap meet him? They should make a superhero called The Yawner. I mean, I can't help it. I really do. I yawn constantly. So yeah, like if he is treated like, and not in the same way, but like the Isaiah Bradley kind of this universe, where he's like a guy you didn't know about who was the pioneer of this, and then maybe there is some story about him how he was mistreated or whatever. You could do that. Uh, but it's weird because yeah, he's one of the invaders. He's one of Captain America's like team of guys that fought in World War II. Him, Namor, which also doesn't fit, but that's fine. Um, Bucky, that was like a group, and then they didn't do that. So, oh my God, the Greatest Showman musical. It just never ends. This is like a test. I could have watched that whole stupid Locked in Your House movie over the chat. Um, can't we have an Invaders film? Can't we? Because Cap went into the ice, Namor was in hiding. That would be cool, but I think I wouldn't mind. Here's what I wouldn't mind. I didn't think this would be a good idea before, but if they are going to reboot stuff, do the Howling Commandos in the Wolverine movie or something, where alternate version of the MCU where Captain America, Jim Hammond, Wolverine, like as Lucky Jim, like you were saying or saying in the thing, Captain Deadpool 32. Like bring all them together. That'd be really fun. And like it would be a good way to introduce Wolverine without making this whatever movie it is about him in like an X-Men movie, and you could have, this is a way to set up whatever the new Captain America is. That would be cool. But yeah, let's see. Everybody's arguing about AI. Don't argue. I mean, argue about AI, I guess. But it's bad. Excuse me. I think there is too. Like, I understand the people that are saying like the argument. The problem with the AI argument is there's a lot of good arguments against it. And if you add them all together, it's like, well, obviously you shouldn't use this. Any of them on their own, I think you could also be like, well, you shouldn't use this. It's kind of like, and yeah, apparently there's a live performance of The Greatest Showman going on. But it's kind of like, there was a John Oliver clip that I think about because I think it's pretty funny, where he's talking about the death penalty, and he's like, there's a lot of reasons why the death penalty is bad. Like, it's expensive. It's not always right. Like, it is there's a lot of reasons, like the different methods like lethal injection, they don't work, whatever. It doesn't deter crime in the future, but on top of that there's the bigger issue of that it is wrong. And like that's kind of what AI is like, where it's like AI is bad because it steals from artists and does aim to replace artists, and it also costs a lot of power to run, and it's also propping up the world economy in a weird way. So like, I think any of those other smaller arguments are worth talking about, but they don't add anything to the biggest problem with it, in my opinion, or like the problem that I think is the one that if it wasn't for that, I think a lot of people that are against it would be fine with it, is that it's trained off of data that's stolen from people and then used to replace them. But yeah, anyway, there's a Greatest Showman musical now. They're probably doing that one song where they're all like, I'm proud to be the bearded lady or something. I watched it, that movie. It was fine. Do I think DC should do a Doom Patrol project before Teen Titans? And it's like, good question. So the thing about the Teen Titans Doom Patrol is we saw both of them get things at the same time. Teen Titans show where Robin said bad language words at Batman, and then there was the Doom Patrol show that was good and cool. It's weird if it would be weird if they did Doom Patrol again, because you would be able to compare it to the Doom Patrol show, which was good, whereas Titans was such a miss, at least for me. I know they got some things right, and there were bits and pieces of it that worked, but the idea of that isn't fun. Titans also they both feel like they're kind of things that skew towards James Gunn's strengths. Not that I think James Gunn needs to direct it, but like a kind of hokey, superhero story where these kids, take everything into their own hands. Like that could work. Excuse me. But with Doom Patrol, it's like I don't know what a Doom Patrol movie would be. I think you could give a Doom Patrol movie to someone really smart and cool and get something amazing out of it. But I guess the thing with Titans or Teen Titans or whatever is like I think there are a lot of different people in Hollywood right now that can make a good Teen Titans movie. I think there are very few people in Hollywood right now that can make a good Doom Patrol movie. So with Doom Patrol, it's like I would like it if one of those people decided to really take a shot at a Doom Patrol movie, but I think it's probably a safer bet to give James Gunn and the team the Teen Titans thing. And as I know, people are saying, "Oh my God, where's all the stuff?" The panel should be ending soon. I think it's going to go long. I wouldn't worry about that because they're still doing Greatest Showman stuff, and the Avengers are there, so I don't think they're going to bump them. They'll be like, "Sorry, we're not going to talk about Avengers today. We spent too much time on the Greatest Showman musical." However, the Greatest Showman musical will probably make a stupid amount of money. People love the Greatest Showman. I get it. It's fun. It's interesting. But yeah. Someone asked what my favorite Titans lineup is. I like a live stage musical. Ant Boy 6372 is what I think they're talking about. I like the original team, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Starfire, Raven, Robin. I do think you should put Donna Troy in there, and I think you could get away with putting Kid Flash on. I don't think there's much more you need on a team like that. But I do like the idea that the Teen Titans is almost a revolving door, where like the X-Men, the roster changes frequently enough, where like one guy leaves and another guy shows up and he's in it now. This is interesting. Someone said, I saw a leak that is going right until now. If a Jon Favreau documentary is up, then the leak is probably right. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the original team was Robin, Aqualad. See, I don't think we need Aqualad, although he was a big part of Young Justice, but I still don't think we need it. Would I call it Teen Titans or Young Justice? It's a good question. I think it depends. If they are a spinoff of the Justice League or they are related to the Justice League, then you call them Young Justice. I have a feeling they wouldn't be. I think Teen Titans is a stronger brand. That is something that most kids know. I think you could get away with Titans, but I think Titans feels kind of like generic. But yeah, I think I would want to see Donna Troy on the team. Honestly, if for no other reason, I just want Wonder Woman stuff. And it doesn't seem like Wonder Woman. They keep saying she's a priority, but then they're canceling all the stuff she's in. So just put her in something. If it's, Teen Titans and it's not Wonder Woman, but it's her protege, that's good enough. I said Aqualad makes sense as the gay representation in the team. Sure, but Tim's bisexual now. If you want to do Tim, that's a question though. Is what Tim do you do? Tim do you do Dre? Do you do Dick? Like which Robin do you put on the team? And I think it probably would have to be Tim, based on the era of Batman. It seems like they're going for. So unless it's full adult Titans, but then what's the fun of that? Thoughts about Wonder Man getting canceled, Armor Wars getting no updates. I think Wonder Man getting canceled is bad, but I get it. They just don't want to make shows, and it doesn't look good that they canceled this one because it's currently nominated for an Emmy and it's good and I really liked it. But what was I gonna say? But like, I understand why Wolverine or why Disney is just like, we're not doing it. It's not worth our time to do any of these shows because they don't make money. Smart. Um, Sucks that I think they could do something with that character. I think we should do a West Coast Avengers thing. I had been working on a pitch for something like that. Uh, and I had a Wonder Man 2 season 2 pitch that I don't think I'm going to do anything with because seasons doesn't exist. Like it just isn't happening. But like on the Armor Wars side of things, I don't think Armor Wars is a good idea and ever has been a good idea the way that it's always been explained. And I've said in videos, I'm like, they should cancel Armor Wars. Like, it's not a, it will flop. The idea of making an Iron Man movie that's part of a reboot called like Iron Man Armor Wars, that feels right. Like, so I think we will get something with the Armor Wars like name attached to it, but I don't think it will be Armor Wars. And Anomalies asked any Spider-Man 5 pitch. Not yet. I haven't really thought about it too much, especially because we don't really know where Spider-Man's going to be in the future. But I guess, excuse me, God, I guess you could say, just based on where the movie leaves him, where do you put him? And yeah, I mean, Armor Wars should have been between Iron Man 2 and 3. But yeah, I mean, they missed the moment, and it's, you know, it just they can't get it back, and it sucks. And that's part of the thing that really sucks about where Marvel is right now. Is like Marvel has been, oh, okay, they're doing Tangled stuff, whatever. I like Tangled is fine. Marvel has been doing a good job recently, I think, of expanding the roster, putting in characters that aren't necessarily the characters you would expect, and that tends to be characters from underrepresented groups and cultures and everything. The problem is that happens at the time where the expansion is for the characters like Kamala Khan to get time from guys like Iron Man. They need to kind of wait, right? So then they wait, and then it's finally time for like these other characters. But then it's like, oh, actually, we don't really want to do these anymore. We want to reboot it and do Iron Man again, and so you really can't win in that situation. What they need is like, they need to, honestly, and I think this would be crazy if they did this. They need to sell some of the characters to like another studio that could just make a Miss Marvel movie that's kind of in the MCU but is not part of Marvel, because like, and they'll never do it. But like, people hate the idea of too many movies coming out of Disney. But I don't think they hate the idea of too many superhero movies if they're kind of their own things. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you fix it, because I think those characters deserve movies, but yeah. Collider just dropped an article about Marvel cutting back on shows. Yeah, like that's the thing. They're just not going to do as much stuff. Mukau asked, Oswald, what's Oswald? Oh, Oswald, like the little mouse guy or something? That's fun. People like him. Or not mouse, what is he, a rabbit? Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, I think is his name. But Mukau, you asked if I'm the guy that writes everything, all the Marvel stuff, and they're not making shows anymore. That's bad for me. It is true, but I would still do pretty well considering the movies are all doing great. They write the DC movies. There's always opportunity for me to write all the stuff. I'll write all the prequel comics that they don't put into anything, but are things that really explain how a lot of these characters work. Ooh, Samara Weaving, Emma Frost is there. That's good. That's very good. Someone asked, how long is D23 lasting? I would say probably another hour. That's my guess. Wonder Man's West Coast Avengers with She-Hulk, Hawkeye, and Vision win. I mean, they should do it. Because I think you put Shang-Chi in. I don't think you need Hawkeye. I like having her on the West Coast Avengers, and she was part of the... Well, I guess it depends. Which West Coast Avengers are we talking about? Because Hawkeye started the West Coast Avengers, but then they did a reboot of the West Coast Avengers recently with Kate Bishop. And I think having Kate Bishop is cool. But... And I think Jeremy Renner's, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. So I understand not wanting to have him back. Yeah, the Kate Bishop Jessica Jones special presentation would be sick. Micro Dawson said, is Chris Abbott coming back as the villain from Craven? Maybe. I mean, the villain from Craven, what could he do? He could hypnotize people, and that was it. But, who else can hypnotize people? Professor Xavier kind of can, a little bit, maybe. I wouldn't say that's what he does. It's not hypnosis, but it's like something like that. Apparently, so Samara is there. Apparently, Sadie and Chris Abbott are there. If Chris Abbott is there, then that's exciting. I love that he was in that stupid Craven movie, and he played the foreigner. That was the worst. And yeah, we have Indy there. Foreigner with his powers of making you move slow. Yeah, it's the Foreigner was so strange too in that movie because he made it seem like he was moving at high speed, but he wasn't. But like the way they visualized it only really made sense if he was at one point in the movie. It was stupid. It was dumb, and he was clearly a reshoot character or something. I think he could be a good Xavier. I mean, like, listen, I think he's a good actor. I enjoyed, what did I enjoy? I enjoyed the movie where he's with the Dominatrix. I think that's a good movie. And he's good enough in Poor Things, even though I can't remember what character he was. Nick Owal asked, why wouldn't Disney stream this? I don't know. I think they like this, like having people constantly talking about it and like make it a big deal out of it. On the other side, I don't think they would not have that if they did it the other way. But I don't know, hype and stuff. They like to build hype. Sanctuary, that's it, Mako Dawson. That is a really good movie. He's really good in it. She's really good in it too. Exclusivity creates buzz. I think that's true. On the other side, though, I think like if it wasn't exclusivity, it would still create buzz. Because people would just go, oh my God, there's a new trailer out. Like, I don't know. Do I like Indy Navarrete as Mystique? Listen, I have the same problem with Indy Navarrete as Mystique as I do with Hunter Schafer, which is, for me, Mystique should feel old. She should feel like she's part of an older generation of X-Men. She should feel like Rogue and Nightcrawler's mother. And I know she can look young, and she doesn't age usually. That all makes sense to me. But I think the actor should, like, you should look at that actor and read, she is older than them. So, like, I'm sure they could both do it, but I don't think they're the right, I think you need an older Mystique. I don't have, like, a perfect actor for it. I think there's quite a few. Wow. Okay, Chris Abbott being there, that's exciting. So he really is our Professor X. Very interesting. Mystique should be a lady in her mid-30s. I agree. Should Destiny be older than Mystique? I mean, like, ideally they're the same age, but like, you're saying should she look like an old lady while Mystique doesn't, even though they are at the same age? They could. It's a little complicated, but I think you could do it. You were like, Someone said maybe she's Celine. That would be sick. That would be kind of cool. Because introducing Emma and Celine in the same movie would be smart. I don't think she's a great Celine either, though. Again, Celine's a character that I think needs to be older than most of the X-Men. Because she's an immortal witch. And again, yes, she's immortal and she doesn't age. But she'd feel older. Like... Also, it's interesting that Jake Schreier is wearing the Bruce Lee shoes. Those are the Bruce Lee shoes, right? They're like yellow shoes with the black lines on them, the Pumas. I wonder if that's supposed to be something. Probably not. The angles that they're taking these pictures from, Getty Images, by the way, incredibly unflattering, weird angles for these guys. I don't know why they're doing this. It would be cool if what was I going to say? It'd be cool if what's his name was bald already. Like if Christopher Abbott was bald, was wearing a wig, comes out, rips the wig off like Karen Gillan did. And in this situation, it would make sense because the character is traditionally bald. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Celine's great. I love Celine. But yeah, I think Celine, Mystique, all these villains that were thrown out for Indy just are too young. Like, she feels too young for them, even though they technically can be any age. Who's my top choice for the next Fantastic Four villain? That's a good question. Fantastic Four villain. That's tough. And you do have the thing where in universe they've named some villains they've already defeated. So Mole Man, the Mad Thinker, the Wizard, somebody else, Diablo. Yeah, it probably would have to be Annihilus. I agree. The Frightful Four would be cool. And you could do the Puppet Master. You know, actually, Puppet Master's not a crazy pick. He's pretty cool. But yeah. The thing with a Fantastic Four villain is, like, I would like, and I complain about this with all of these characters, but, like, I would like a terrestrial Fantastic Four movie where they don't have to go into space. And that is largely what Galactus was. But, like, I don't know. I'd like to see him fight human beings, mutated human beings or whatever. That's fine. Someone asked, what do I think about Indy for Kitty? So it's so much of it comes down to age. For me, Kitty's supposed to feel younger than the rest of the X-Men. Not all of them, I guess, but younger than Jean and Scott. And I think Julia Butters is a good Kitty. Like, she works for sure. Apparently this Line documentary is going to be pretty cool. Well, that's the thing, is, like, I don't think there's okay, so that's the problem. There really aren't a lot of good spots for Indy Neverready in the MCU right now, even though I think she's a good movie, or she's a good actor, and specifically on the X-Men side. But, like, I think she could be Rogue. That's fair. You know, I think that's fine. I'm, like, fine with, you know, like, I'm fine with Polaris, I guess. There just are not a lot of young, and they don't have to be young, I guess, but, like, yeah, it's tough. I doubt. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Kitty would work. Someone younger like Monet. I mean, if she was the correct race for that one, that would be cool. Oh my god, okay, it's finally Marvel time. God damn it. Okay, make her morph. That'd be wild. Oh yeah, and she's backstage. We know a lot of these guys are backstage. All right, if anybody has, like, a nice little stream, I'd love to see it. but it probably doesn't exist. But I'm gonna check anyway. Lock in, everybody. Oh, Moira, I wouldn't hate Moira. That's not bad. Yeah, that's okay. Val Cooper. Val Cooper should be Xavier's age. There is not a live stream that I can find. Tessa, that's not bad. Sage, like, being part of the Hellfire Club. Yeah, I like that, actually. Okay, Feige's on stage. Oh, boy. All right. Very excited for this. That's my boss. Everyone knows that. I can't wait to see what happens. Marshall as Xavier. That'd be fun. Yeah, I mean, I like Tessa a lot as a character, and she was an original X-Man. She was like, Xavier hired her or like recruited her to be in the X-Men and have them be the spy. So yeah, for the Hellfire Club, so that would work. Okay, they're doing Vision Quest stuff. The house. We saw the house all right. That looks great. What a cool looking house. Who is Tessa? Oh, Tessa's Sage. She's a member of the Hellfire Club. She eventually becomes a good guy. Human computer. Secretly working for Xavier the whole time. The house from Netflix. Oh no! How are they going to get out? Vision can face through the wall. He'll actually be fine. But this is the one part of the movie that he's going to be great at. They should have put Vision in that house. Nice to be here too, Joe Chilton. Trying to keep an eye on some of this news. Waiting for any information. We're looking at the house from Vision Quest. Oh my God. Paul Bettany and James Spader are on the stage. Those are the guys from Vision Quest. We love them. I do like Paul Bettany a lot. They got lucky with him. Paul Bettany said, oh, where am I watching it? I'm not watching a stream of it. I'm just watching a stream of like people saying things about it. If anybody finds a stream of it, I'll watch that. But Paul Bettany says, I'm told that in the Marvel Universe, no one is ever really dead unless Kevin says they're dead, and then I wouldn't really trust him anyway. That's good. That's funny. I hope we get trailers for this too. I bet we will. And yeah, I'll definitely do an end of year video. And yeah, that's a good idea with the X-Men, like X-Men faces and stuff, or like which X-Men characters. India's Madeline. I mean, that'd be crazy. Like honestly, okay, we got a trailer. Should we watch it together? Is that how this works? Will they copyright strike me? I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna watch it, but I don't know if we are allowed. But I mean, people, yeah, I'm gonna watch it, and then okay, yeah, everybody load up the trailer. It's on Twitter. You can get it very easily. We're all gonna watch it, and we're gonna do like 3, 2, 1, click. This is how I watch it with everybody I know. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, click. Okay, it's a house. Vision's there. He's like, I was a different person. He's in Scotland or something. He lives in a freezer. But in his head, there's a big house made of CGI. He's got a hat. Okay, cool. He was an Avenger, but he's not a hero anymore. Okay, so all the guys live there. It's you can see some of them. You can see like, wait, what am I looking at here? Okay, so in his house, you've got like 4 people. One of them, I believe, is what's her name, is supposed to be Friday. Then you have Jarvis, and then you have the 2 guys that are Dummy and the other one, and they're from the play that goes wrong. So that's interesting. Oh. Hmm. It looks cool. And we see Speed. That's exciting. And then so the house is red now. And that's like something people are excited about. I think that was supposed to be Paladin. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know. This trailer looks cool. They got Madripoor. They got other stuff. He's fighting guys, doing little flips. I don't know. Looks cool. Yeah, so new Vision costume looks incredible. How new does it look? Like, I feel like you see the shot of him doing the flip around, and that does look different, I think. Oh yeah, they kind of changed how the collar looks. That's cool. I like that. They have like there's like a, because it's almost like what he looked like in the 90s, I think. Yeah, they gave him more yellow. They gave him like, I like that actually. I think it's a good look. Fascinating. Okay. So there we go. We got some Vision stuff. And there's like a poster. Cool. He's sitting and it's like his dad is above him, but it's Ultron. Cool. It's Vision today. Cool. I don't know. Looks cool. Cool poster. Jarvis's Vision's butler is crazy. Should have released 3 years ago. Yeah, that's fair. Is Jim his son? I mean, they could do that, but they shouldn't be. But like, they could do anything. I mean, they could decide who he is. That's fine. Okay, now it might be Doomsday time. Oh, they showed some bits about the Wolverine game. It's just mostly stuff we've already seen. Oh, it does look like that's Psylocke. That's cool if that's what that is. I don't know. The Wolverine game is going to be good. It comes out in like a couple weeks, so not looking to see that anytime soon. Yeah, looks cool. Okay, so now maybe some Doomsday stuff. Or whatever. Someone had Hugh Jackman. Hugh and Ryan. Okay. So this is what I thought they were going to do at San Diego, and they didn't. Video plays with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool jokes about Deadpool and Spider-Man. So there was a rumor that they might be in it, and I'm not surprised that they're doing that now. But I did kind of expect they would do that at San Diego, based on what we had heard. Thank you, Sante Massey, said Pauly Shore, Professor X. I mean, the world is, like, the actual world in Marvel Comics is not unlike the Biodome, which Pauly Shore lived in. He does have experience there, which is important. Hugh and Ryan offer to join the cast of Doomsday, but Feige declines. Okay, so this is like a bit they're doing. That's fun, kind of, if they keep trying to get into it. Okay, we have a video of him, and then... Oh, okay, I get it. So the idea for this bit was it was like they send a video with Wolverine, and then Deadpool's like off camera being like, "We're gonna make a Spider-Man video and not let you in, or movie and not let you in," and then it's like, "Oh man, shucks, you're such a kidder." Okay, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and Haley are on stage. Cool, new look at Doomsday incoming, according to these people. I assume it's this first trailer. I do think, I mean, Deadpool's definitely going to be in it. I don't, you know, I don't want to tell anybody, like, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up or whatever, but, like, there's no way he's not in it. Deadpool, Wolverine, they're going to be there. Trailer up on YouTube. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so apparently there is a trailer on YouTube, so let's watch it. Let's all watch it individually and love it. We're all going to love it. Those are the rules. We have to like it, otherwise we all get fired from job as internet. No. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, let's see. So this is the Comic-Con trailer that is unbelievably better than the original trailer. All right, I'm watching it. Oh, it looks so cool. But will Romeo Michelle be there? That's a good question. Magneto, Gambit, Captain Steve Rogers. Doom looking at his big poster. Sad Doom family. Vanessa Kirby's like, Dr. Doom's mean. Dr. Doom's like, I am mean. I'm from, the camera was above me and now it's at my face. Oh my god, city destroyed. Probably New Jersey. Thanks, Magneto. And everybody's hugging. Okay. This looks good. Oh, cool. He pushed Thor away. Cool. Oh, and then they're picking up all the Sentinels. Cool. This looks good. This is a fucking way better trailer. Like, this should have been the trailer the whole time. I don't know what they were doing, but it's apparently Sadie's on stage with Feige. It's a good point, Simon. Hell does not answer to him. He constantly gets fucked with when it comes to hell. Next up, X-Men. Okay, we're going to get the X-Men now. What do we think? Indy, everybody, last guesses. Who's she playing? If she's in this movie. I think it's good. I think it... maybe it's Rogue. You think Mystique? Mojo? X-Men. That would be a good character for her to play. Nature Girl. I mean, Nature Girl would be cool. See, that's the thing. There's so many fun characters she could play. Now we got a new logo. Okay, it's got a big X in it. That's a good start. That is what the logos for these should look like. If I'm in charge, my X-Men logo has an X in it. Okay. Till we forget me not, that would be great. That's what I'm saying. I mean, she could be Candy Southern. She could just be one of the people, you know? She gets to be one of the human beings that loves the X-Men so much. Okay. So, what are we seeing here? I'm looking at the live stream I'm looking at. Squirrel Girl, that would be insane. So it's everybody who we thought it was. Oh, yeah, it should be a good Boom Boom. Kit Connor, officially Cyclops. Indie Rogue. Is that true? Wow. What a fucking year for her. Poor Kaylee Spanny. Imagine. Okay. No, I'm not gonna. I mean, she's gonna be a better Rogue than she would be a Mystique. I can't deny that I think Kaylee Spanny. But I don't think either of them would be amazing rogues, but I think they would have worked. Or I think like Kaylee Spanny, I think is probably a more accomplished actor. That being said, she doesn't feel rogue to me, but who knows? You can fake the accent. It's like it's one you can learn. I feel like if you're an American. Christopher Abbott, technically Professor X. Okay, good. Craven Guy. I think we should all call him Craven Guy. I'm so happy for Indy. Yeah. Justin said sugar the best. Okay, so we got Kit Connor as Cyclops, Indy Navarrete as Rogue, Samara Wolverine as Emma, Christopher Abbott as Professor X, Adam Driver, Mr. Sinister. Well. That is surprising. I think it's probably going to be good. I kind of wanted a Sinister from somewhere else. Like, I wanted a Sinister to be a citizen of the world. But if he likes it, then that's a good sign. Yeah, Adam Driver's Mr. Sinister. Wow. I think Adam Driver's a great actor. Wide Sinister. Caesar from Megalopolis, that's true, because he's also an inventor, a man with a genius mind. So for him to be in this, it's like, wow, he's even better. Which means no Magneto. At least he's not Magneto. That's good. That's a good choice. Okay. So, again, for people that are just joined, Sadie Sink, Jean Grey, Kit Connor, Cyclops, Indy Navarrete, Rogue, Samara Weaving, Emma Frost, Chris Abbott, Professor X, Adam Driver, Mr. Sinister. Now, Driver joked about Magneto. Oh, back to the Hellfire Club. That would be funny. That would be cute. Let's see. Any updates? A couple of you are saying Maya Boyd Storm. Is that confirmed, or is that who we want it to be? Also, I don't know who that is. Oh, she's on stage. Okay. Good, we got a Storm. That's great. I have not seen her in anything. Nobody has, probably. Although, honestly, there's probably a better chance I've seen her in something, because I watch musicals. So she was in Merrily We Roll Along, and Juliet, and something else. Joel Turner's Come and Gone. Interesting. It's a Coogler casting. Okay. Wow. Very interesting. She kind of looks like Storm, I guess. It's hard to say. This image, I think you can kind of see it. Like she's got big hair. You have to dye that white or something. That'd be, I don't know how you do that. Interesting. So, okay, so right now, so she is Storm. Interesting. So we got Sadie St. Jean, Kit Connor Cyclops, Abbott Professor X, Samara Weaving Emma Frost, Indy Navarrete Rogue, Maya Boyd Storm, Adam Driver Mr. Sinister. I mean, theater background is a great thing. I feel like people that do theater work are excellent in stuff like this. And yeah, she is apparently 23. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, she's about the right age for Black Panther. No Iceman casting, no Magneto, no Beast. Isn't it interesting that Indy Navarrete is Rogue, even though the rumors were Kelly Spanny was Rogue, and her good friend Charles Melton, who was going to play Beast, was also in it. And then she got replaced by Rogue, and then Charles Melton is not in it anymore. Isn't that interesting? How does it feel years after my casting videos finally have a cast? Well, it makes me feel better because there's no goddamn way I could have picked any of these people. Maybe Sadie Sink, but like some of these people, when like I did the X-Men casting videos when these people were babies, like there's no way I could have even kind of gotten like Indy Navarrete. Would I have to go like, oh, that girl in that Superman show? That would be crazy. And Maya Boyd's not a big person at all. Like she's not like an actor who would have been on the radar. Samara Weaving, I could have maybe gotten that as a guess if I didn't love what's her name so much. And I'm right to think that Vanessa Kirby would be a perfect Samara, or perfect Emma, excuse me. She could be a good Samara too if they ever do with like a biopic. But yeah, Kit Connor Cyclops, like I don't know where Heartstopper was, but like all of these people, I think it was just like it's kind of a similar problem. Well, no, I guess it's just hard because it's like, man, how do you cast? Or like, yeah, it would be almost impossible to cast these guys and to guess that it was them. I wanted Sydney Sweeney. Oh yeah, I wanted Sydney Sweeney a lot. There's no weird looking mutants. I mean, not yet. They could make, well, Rogue's like, well, I mean, Cyclops is a weird looking mutant, to be fair. Oh, cool, a picture of them all. Oh, man, that's a good picture. No Adam Driver, but I wanted The Rock, who is Storm. So the Storm actor's name is Maya Boyd. My Boyd. It was a hint we always knew from Iron Man 2. What's his name was there teasing this all along, probably before this actor was born, or maybe one of the years she was born. Wow. We knew it. My Boyd. And then we also have, they're talking about Ahsoka. I couldn't care less. What about Cyclops is remotely weird looking? He has to wear a visor or like red. Like he can fit into society. He can pass, but he doesn't like, he stands out. Maya Boyd is an actor who does mostly plays, apparently. I've never seen her in any plays. We could use a more mutant-looking mutant. Oh, I agree. I believe it probably was Beast at one point, and they just lost the casting on that, but here they are. Yeah, red sunglasses are weird looking, though. Like, I feel like the thing with Beast is, or the thing with Cyclops is, like, he, like, while he doesn't look that weird, he does have, like, a physical thing that makes him, feel different. I think you can definitely get it, like, a better, like, there's other ones that are more exciting looking, but, yeah. Man, it's so interesting. I'm very surprised that Indy was in is Rogue. I don't love it or hate it. I like her plenty. I think she's a very good actor. But I'm not Like, I'm not convinced she's the rogue, like, based on what I have seen. But I bet she could do it. This is very interesting. It's surprising. Man. You think we get Goth Rogue? That's possible. I think Kaylee would have been Goth Rogue for sure. No question. That would have been what that rogue was. Let's see, I'm seeing if anything cool is on the Twitter. Nothing really exciting. But yeah, I mean, I think Indy could be a good enough rogue. That's a good point too. Rogue was originally a bad guy, right? So like, what if they do that? See, okay, here's the thing with I understand what you're saying, AJXC4QE. We've had enough goth heroes on screen. Southern Belle Rogue is more interesting. I agree. And but I think when it comes to Rogue, the Rogue that we had gotten for our lives, like the Rogue that I grew up with in live action, wasn't goth either. She was just like shy, you know. She was an outcast. Goth as a personality for Rogue to have is way more deliberate and is cool. Like, I think there's something there that you could play with. But, and I mean, oh, she'll definitely do the accent. I don't think there's a chance she doesn't do the accent. But, so, Monkey J said, I like the words in the Doomsday trailer, but it looks like the same old filmed in a flat light cube. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I agree, Coffee's Goblin. The Rogue in live action was more Kitty Pryde than animated Rogue. And, like, to be fair, Rogue doesn't need to always be... Like, the animated Rogue is perfect at being the animated Rogue. I do think she is closer to, like, the definitive Rogue. But I think Goth is cool. So Rogue is supposed to be... Here's the thing. Like, Rogue... I think Rogue has to come out of her shell, right? Like, that's what that character's supposed to do. And that's why her being this big energy kind of Southern Belle thing, that I think that's why that's so fun, is it's her kind of, like, going from a character with more pathos to someone who still has that, but is able to kind of interact with people more. I think the way that you do it with Rogue is you have her be... Yeah, exactly. Paquin never came out of her shell. I agree. Indy is tiny. That's a good point. Oh, and Ryan Gosling is there too. That's cute. Someone said something here that was interesting. Where was it? Where was it? There was something someone said that I liked. I can't find it. How big is the first X-Men team going to be? I mean, I think this is pretty much it, besides maybe two people. Oh, and do I think they start with her powered up or just base mutant power? I think just base mutant power. I think she gets powered up. And maybe she could take that from Sinister. I mean, the thing with Sinister, too, is, like, Sinister likes to work via proxies. So I don't think it's crazy to assume he will have nasty boys. The logo looks fine. It's a cool enough logo. I mean, she should take it from Carol, but like, and like, there's plenty of flying bricks around. She could take it from Sentry. I mean, what comes out that year? It's Black Panther, Ghost Rider, and that. Yeah, I mean, I think she should steal Captain Marvel's powers. That would be cool. I could see Sinister working for damage control. Yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of people that are like X-Men, or that are like Militech could be Sinister in disguise, because Sinister's a shapeshifter. I don't hate it. Do you think they will still go with Rogue being related to Mystique? Yeah, I do. I think they kind of have to. I guess maybe not have to, but and I'm watching the video of them all announcing all the guys. See people's reactions. Someone says there's a rumor Rogue will be in the next Captain Marvel. I mean, next Captain Marvel. When's that going to happen? Real question is, will they keep the Mystique and Destiny relationship? I think they will. The event seems to still be going on, but it might be wrapping up now. Yeah, just final Star Wars stuff right now. This is weird. Though I was okay, so I'm watching the Adam Driver announcement video. It's just so funny because the crowd, it doesn't work the way the crowd wants. He comes in and he's like, I'm playing someone. I'm going to be a guy everyone loves, Magneto. And then before because it's all taped, he's like, never mind. That's the wrong guy. Then he's like, not him. And then he says Nathaniel Milgrave or something, which, like, I guess that's one of his aliases. I don't know. I mean, he's got so many, but Milbury. Oh, okay, Nathaniel Milbury. At least that kind of maybe helps us understand what version of the X-Men he's going to be doing. So he was in X-Men Volume 2, Issue 27. Okay. Yeah, Milbury is his fake American last name. That makes sense. This is the first in-story appearance of Threnody. Remember Threnody, you guys? He's got to be a Victorian guy who's lived forever. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Emma Frost is an odd character. I mean, I think Emma Frost can work. There's a lot you can do with her that doesn't have to be, like, she can have all the whatever role she wants. Basically, she should be a teacher, she should be an antagonist, she can be something else. I think she should have her own school. I think she should know the professor from like back in the day. Not that she could be his Magneto, but in the beginning, she can kind of play that role until Magneto shows up. Ryan Coogler and Himesh Patel X-Files series. It's probably cool. I don't really know too much about the X-Files, but it sounds nice. Oh, Emma is a love interest for Charles. I do not like, but I'd be fine with if they dated. That would be cool. Will Magneto be in it? I mean, I guess we don't know. That's very interesting. Need her to be creepy towards Scott. I think that's doable. Apparently, they're going to make another Zootopia movie. This one's going to have birds, and they're going to represent, I don't know, some other oppressed minority in a way that kind of fucks with the first two movies, but whatever. That's fine. People like these. How old is Xavier's actor? He's on the young side. I think he's probably in his 30s. He's 40. Okay, good. Still older than me. I can live with this. Do you think we'll get the original 5 X-Men? Yeah, I do. Well, okay. I think they'll probably skip Beast. Well, no, I think Beast is in it. I think if there were rumors that he was getting cast, I think he was happening. I do agree. Angel and Iceman are very skippable. And it's a shame, but like, we just have so many characters. Also, apparently, they're introducing a new film called Clay, starring Kieran Culkin. I assume this is a prequel to Clayface, but that's exciting. Glad Disney is getting in on the Clay action. Yeah, I think they'll have like the thing. Okay, so two thoughts, real quick. One, this looks kind of cool. It's like a Rayman game. No, yeah, this can be fun. Cyclops, Jean, Beast, Rogue, Storm. Yeah. I think they can do Magneto. I think saving Magneto for the second movie is fine. Especially because Magneto is going to be such a big part of the new, like, Avengers movie. I could see a world where Iceman, Kitty. Oh, and then we didn't get Kitty in this. Okay. What if the Hellions? What if Emma has a team that is the Hellions, but instead it's like the leftovers from this? Angel, like Iceman, Shadowcat, Gambit. I don't know. That could be kind of cool. But like, that way we get to bring him in, but we don't have to. Bobby's from Massachusetts too. Yeah. I think you said someone said they think Magneto shows up in the first film, but just as a villain. Oh yeah, Peter or Kurt. That's a good one. I feel like yeah, exactly. Angel as a Hellion would make sense because Angel is like rich and yeah, he's like old money. Let's look at this though now too. Okay, so X-Men we have a Jean, a Scott, and a Sinister. I don't think they're gonna clone her, but like maybe. Like, I mean, do you do Cable? Do you have them try to create? I mean, they're too young though. But that's interesting. I'll ask how is Twitter reacting? I think Twitter's pretty positive on indie for sure. And I think the rest of them, everybody knew or nobody knew the storm Maya Boyd, so it doesn't matter. Like, not doesn't matter, but they didn't have much to react to. So Keith Yates said, it's weird to jump into a full-fledged X-Men movie without a full class after how Spider-Man ended. Sure, but we don't know that this isn't, these guys all coming together and making an X-Men in the beginning of by the end of the movie. I think that's probably where we end up. Where like, oh, and you could have Rogue on the bad guy team. Okay, so let's say Emma has, what about, well, okay, let's say Rogue is part of Emma's squad or something. Because I feel like she's a lot like, well, I mean, it depends. But she could play a similar role as like Firestar does when it comes to being like Emma's kind of but you want her to be Mystique's like guy. Yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, I bet there is a Beast in here. Although, not like what's the fun of that, but like, I don't know. No, yeah, you need Beast. Yeah, I could see them skipping Villain Emma. That's not a bad idea, and then just having her be like she was part of something, another team. I mean, like, listen, compare this to the First Class lineup. What a crazy difference, right? Because like the First Class lineup we had was, Beast, Mystique, Havoc, Banshee, and then there were others, but they died or got fired. And like, Storm, okay. Storm, Rogue, Cyclops, Jean. Emma, Sinister. The funny thing about Samara and Chris Rabbit is like she's older than the rest of them, right? But she's younger than Chris Rabbit by a significant amount. I think she's like, well, actually, how old is she? I want to say she's like younger than me. Yeah, 34. So she's right between these two. That's funny. There's a tweet Disney put out about the Hext movie, and the tweet reads, it's pictures of characters from Hext, and the tweet reads, pure magic. Walton Goggins is Beef Roger Crumchuck, and Jodie Foster is parentheses Jodie Foster's character name in Disney Animation's Hext, arriving only in November 25th. That's quite a name for that character. I love it. That's really funny. I mean, Walton Goggins is cool. Apparently, the Starfighter trailer looks good. Oh, nice. Trailers in the Discord. Let's go check it out. Or is it? Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. Um, I love that. I love that they did that. That's so it's so stupid. All right, let's see the Starfighter trailer. Ooh, a new droid for Star Wars Droid Tycoon. That'll be fun. Looks cool enough. I'm not like, in love with it, but like it's cool. All right, good. If you had to choose an existing superhero actor to play a villain, would they play? Hmm. 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 I'd like to see Tobey Maguire be a villain. I liked him in that whatchamacallit movie. In the Babylon movie, it was real weird. I'd like to let him be weird in one of these, because I think he's got the juice. I think he's a fun guy. Um, Interesting. Have I tried Magic the Gathering? No, I have not. I would love to, though. I would love to play the X-Men. If they send me all the X-Men, I'll learn how they work. I don't really care about the characters that aren't the X-Men, but, that's something. I don't think I'd actually be any good at it, though. But yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Like, how do we feel about it? RIP to everyone in terms of Mojoverse. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Not much X-Men. No, it seems like X-Men's gonna be the next thing they add. Of this Marvel line. I think okay. So like, I mean, I like it. I like the looks of these guys. Like, I think okay. Let's take them one at a time. Kit Connor, solid. Not a lot to it. He hasn't been in that much. Oh, they're doing a third Frozen movie. Would you look at that? But not much that I've seen. But I saw Warframe, and he was in it. I think he'll be a fine Cyclops. I think Sadie's a good Jean. Christopher Abbott, I think the thing with him is he's a good actor. And once you got that, you don't need the rest of it. He could look like Charles, sure. But like, it can work even if he isn't, like, doesn't look exactly like him now. I think that will be fine. Then it gets tricky because then we get, what was I going to say? then we get like, also like, it seems like his character can kind of be a jerk, and I think that's what we need from a from an Xavier, someone who is kind of a jerk, and can hypnotize people. So I think that's great. I think Samara's a perfect Emma Frost. I've said that the whole time. I continue to believe it, and I like her a lot. I think she's very funny. Indy's tough. Clearly, she is a talented actor. I don't think that I think it's hard to cast a great Storm or a great Rogue, because Rogue is so specific, and people love one specific version of Rogue. So I don't think she would have been. I don't think Kaylee necessarily would have been better, but I think like I feel like there's more of. I guess I think Indy's good. I think Indy's great. She's very. The thing about her that's interesting, though, is she's so new, so untested. And she's gotta chill with the Johnny Depp stuff. I hope someone pulled her aside and told her to stop doing that. But I think she's a good actor. Is her character in Obsession, what rogue qualities does she have, right? Very aggressive, forward, right? Scared of stuff. Yeah, charming girl. Yeah, intense, passionate. Sure. Yeah, you know what? I think she'll be fine. I think Kaylee Spanny, if it was her, I would have been like, oh my God, she's just, yeah. But she's good. She's going to be good. I trust her. I think she'll be fine. And then, the Johnny Depp thing is just, she keeps like liking posts about Johnny Depp on Instagram, and I don't know. It just seems like she thinks he's innocent or something. And Nick's 25, so that's how being young works. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, it's old enough to know he's gross, but you make mistakes when you're younger and stuff. Yeah, I get it. Especially if you're like, it's got to be weird to be her this year, right? What a crazy year she had. But yeah. The Maya Boyd thing is interesting, though. And like there's something about her where it's just like I feel good about her. I think she's. I like the idea of a very not well known theater actor coming in for this. Makes me think she's like, the thing with Indy Navarrete, right? Is if she wasn't in Obsession and we didn't know her from that, and she showed up in this, I'd be like, wow, this girl must be something. Like, she must be really. They must have just wowed him in the audience or in the auditions, and that's kind of what I think about Maya right now. Is like, she came out of nowhere. I bet it's because she's a big deal. Whereas with Indy now, I don't think she's like kind of popular. I mean, she's very popular, but I don't think that's why they cast her. But I wish it was, I don't know. I don't know. She's fine. She's good. She's good. She's a good actor. You know, I haven't seen the show she's in. I hope they make her a villain because she's cool. And yeah, the 8-bit voice, I wonder if Indy winning the role, so I melted left. I could see it. That would make sense to me. I don't know what they're going to do. Like, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the last time Marvel cast an unknown actor, we got Amani. And Marvel casting's great. You know what? That's fair. True. Marvel casting's incredible. They always get this right, and I think, yeah, I expect them to do cool stuff. Apparently, making another Frozen movie, you guys. Guess what else is in it? Wow. Anybody remember what happened in the last one? Nope. I didn't think so. There was water. Some sort of water thing. That one, man. It's crazy how much that didn't work. Apparently Olaf has a girlfriend now. Oh, no. Okay. Whatever you say. I mean, great. That's actually good for him. Good for Olaf. He's got a girlfriend. What X-Men character that was not announced tonight would I most want to see added to this cast to add something I feel is missing? Okay. I do agree. I think a weird-looking guy would be good. Nightcrawler's fine. Colossus is fine. I would like someone... I was going to say I would like someone from that generation of X-Men, like from the 90s, but that's pretty much everybody. I think what you need, it depends. Rogue might be in this version of the movie like your POV character, right? Where like the other people know each other, and then she shows up and she's like, hey, I'm the new guy and nobody likes me, right? Or like, I don't know anybody and my powers scare me. That is the role that she could play. It's also the role that Kitty could play. It's the role that Jubilee could play. It's the role that Armor could play. Like, there's so many characters that have been that. It's the role that Surge could play. So like, I think we got that one, right? We have the character that is that. And Storm could do that too. I think, man, I wish I had like a more fun answer for this. I do think it's probably Beast. They don't have any geniuses right now. And like, you need at least one. They also, depending on how we play Rogue, if she just steals powers, which I bet they'll start with that, and then they'll end up having her be flying around and stuff. They don't have a real like bruiser, you know, someone who can fight. No love for Sunfire or Warpath. I don't mind Sunfire or Warpath. I think I'd rather Sunfire just because he's never been in anything before for some reason. Let's see. Let's think about this. Yeah, I like... My only thing with Beast is he was so involved in the other movies that I think I'd be okay with having... Like, I think we got enough Beast. So maybe it's you saying they need a tank, but Rogue could be the tank. And Storm has a lot of power, so I think, if anything, you want something a little bit more... I don't know. Well, how about the like... I do think the personalities, you do need someone that's a little sillier, right? Storm takes herself very seriously. Rogue has a lot of pathos, takes herself very seriously. Cyclops' team leader said he killed that guy in the street that one day. So, like, I think it would help if there was one character who was a little bit more bubbly. Um, Morph, Iceman. Yep, those would work. Sunspot, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, Jubilee. I mean, yeah, Strong Guy would be cool. I mean, that's the like there's other X-Men that are part of those teams that I'd actually like to see. Like Guido is good for that, but also like Multiple Man is fun. I could see Danny Moonstar, but she wouldn't work on this team. Not like she wouldn't work, but she's not needed on this team. I think a Nightcrawler who's way less Catholic than the one that we've been watching in the cartoon. Because, yeah, he used to be a cool, sexy, Errol Flynn guy who was a swashbuckler. I think if they did swashbuckling Nightcrawler, it could work. Maybe it would be Kitty. But, yeah, and Kitty, yeah, exactly. Excalibur Nightcrawler. That's what I would want. I think Kitty could be fun. If she's, like, the kind of, like, angsty teen. But do I think they need a gearhead? Yeah, they could use someone to invent stuff. I think you could split the difference, not like split the difference, but do Beast and Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler blue, Beast not blue yet, and then that be like the setup. Because I think so. The thing about Beast is like I think you want a Beast who's like smart and like I like Beast because Beast is a nerd, and I don't see any of these guys as being real nerds, and it is kind of a school. So, like, I think maybe, yeah, I'd like a Beast for that reason, and I would like a Nightcrawler because A, his power's fun to see. B's just like nice. See, I want somebody to point at him and say that guy's bad. He's not human. And like that's where you put him, I think. Is there a fun way to do Banshee? I want a Banshee who is as old as Emma. So my Banshee ideally would not be part of this class. Players in Havoc could be cool. Like yeah. I mean, you can't do Havoc. Well, you could do Havoc, but I don't think you do Havoc yet. Maybe do Polaris. I think Christopher Abbott is a good enough actor that it's going to work. No matter what. Gambit could add some fun to the team. That's true. But yeah, I think you do Beast and Nightcrawler, the last two you add to this team. Very full team. And like yeah, I think that's fun. I like having Rogue established before Gambit shows up. I agree. What do you think they should do with Wolverine? I don't know. They could take some time though. I mean, I think it would be cool. I think it'd be cool if X-23 shows up and maybe goes to find Wolverine in her own movie or something. Like, but like, so like reverse Logan, but I say we keep the regular Logan actor. She's perfect. Excuse me. Cable would make sense. Yeah. I gotta think of a better one than that. All right, let me look at my guys. Let me look at my X-Men. I mean, listen, you never have to convince me to put Magic in this, and I think Magic would be fun. I think Psylocke would be fun. I want someone with a sword. Nightcrawler's a guy with the sword, though, so he could do that. Banshee, I don't really care for Sunspot. Yeah, I think looking at all of these guys and who I would want to see in a team like this, I think Nightcrawler is the one that makes the most sense because of what he would bring to the team by looking weird. Who's the character that's like involved with Sinister, right? Because like we know Sinister's in it. Um, Angel Morph, yeah. Let's see. Gambit and Angel. Yeah, Gambit, for sure. I wonder, is Sinister... Is, who's the character who... Did Sinister adopt Cyclops for a while, or was that in a different continuity? I can't remember what the deal was with that. But yeah, I mean, Jean and Cyclops is more than enough. Oh, it's just an AOA. That would make sense. Yeah. I mean, I think... I don't know. This is interesting, though. How do I think they're going to make the world hate mutants? I mean, like, I don't know. You know... I mean, it's easy for them to hate Jean already. I think the way you do it is you have them be kids, right? Like, that's what makes them different from Spider-Man and everybody, is that... And that's, I think, how you can connect that to, like, certain panics in society. Like, it always boils down to kids in schools and parents being like, I don't want my kids at the school with this person being taught by this person. Like, I feel like the idea of, like, 15-year-old getting superpowers, on one hand, it does turn into a, like, legitimate argument about, like, well, you don't put them in jail, but, like, what do you do with the kids that can, like, you know, control fire? But then, after that, it's like, I mean, and that's why I think religion's so easy for it. I see, you could have a Nitro moment. Like, you could do that. Problem is, that's so much like whatchamacallit. Like, that's so much like, you know, what Civil War was already. It would be fun. No. I agree. Gavin does podcast. Is like the idea of Sinister being a big anti-mutant crusader, trying to just kidnap them all, I think makes total sense. No, and that's the thing, Fahad, is like, and that's why the X-Men metaphor is kind of tricky. But that's why it doesn't need to be a good reason to hate them. It just needs to be something, right? And like, what do I think is the best X-Men run for them to start reading? Oh, that's tough. I mean, ugh. See, like, okay, Exceptional's good. Or, excuse me, Astonishing's good. The writer of it is weird, but, like, the X-Mening of it is good. The villains of it are kind of strange. You could start with the old Claremont stuff for sure. Obviously, that's great. And, like, you do get introduced to a lot of guys. But then... And you could also do House of X, Powers of X. Like, there's a lot of good... Or Powers of 10. There's a lot of good stories that come out of that. A lot of good books. And, like, it helps if you know who everybody is, but you don't need it. Yeah, like, Krakoa is really good. The nice thing about Krakoa, too, is you get introduced to all the characters. Pretty much everybody's there. And then you go back and go, oh, are we going to just check on... Let's see what the deal was with... you know, Kitty back in the day, like when she got introduced, how did she kind of fit into the role? Yeah, and that's the thing, JKK one of a kind. Like, it is. You don't need to have a reason to hate him. I guess it's not that you need a reason to hate him, because that's not what it is. It's that why are they different from the Fantastic Four, or Spider-Man in like a material way? Is there something that, like, what would somebody say? You know, like what would a striker say besides God doesn't like them? It's like they're too dangerous. You know, they're going to take over. They're going to replace us. There's that, like, replacement stuff makes sense. And I mean, to be fair, I think in a world where Red Hulk was just the president and the regular Hulk just did a rampage at a college, I think it would make sense if people are just like, it's bad. Like, we have too many superpowered guys out here. We got to do something about that. And then all these kids show up, and it's like, oh my God, that's the next thing. We got to get ahead of that one. Otherwise, we're going to have them running around like these Hulks. And, like, yeah. I think there could be a sway. Like, the pendulum could swing back from their, from like, we had a Red Hulk in power, we had the Avengers were really in charge for a while, to like, we want normal people in power. We don't want an Avengers anymore. We don't want any of this. We want Sentinels, and we want things that we can control. Yeah, but that's the tricky part about the X-Men. It's not easy, um, you know, fitting them into any existing like world, or like, they don't all fit exactly into every stereotype. Um, to play into the minority groups, like, stereotype's not the right word, but like archetype or whatever. Like, so you just kind of have to pick and choose which ones make the most sense, um, for each story. But yeah, I yeah. But okay. In conclusion, this looks pretty cool. Uh, we have X-Men now. They're great. I think overall this cast is good. I kind of wish we had a Beast or one other guy, but solid. Um, I Yeah, I feel good about it. I mean, like, and this is the fact that, um, Adam Driver is in it is pretty big news. Like, because I don't think he would have taken this if he didn't need to, or if he didn't like want to. Um, because he's just good at this. And yeah, he doesn't need to do just an average Marvel movie. Whereas, like, with Indy, I think this is like a big career thing for her. With Adam, I don't think it is. I think they must have convinced him, like, this is good. And he said the character. Well, that's the thing. Coil CD. Driver said something in his announcement about the characters being meaningful to him, but at the same time, then he was the joke that they're so meaningful to me. I love that Magneto guy. And then the bit was like, wait, that's not Magneto. That's a different guy. Like, she's like, I know the X-Men. I love all of them. Sorclops and Joan something. I don't even know them very well. Like, I can't tell what the bit they were actually going for was. Um, were there any new projects announced? Not really. Any idea what my next pitch will be? I'm really not sure. I had an idea for a Wonder Man one. I had an idea for another one. What's the other one? But now that we're not doing Wonder Man, I mean, it was God. Now that we know who the X-Men are, maybe I'll try to figure out something for this. Um, but I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I think overall this is very good. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I think whatever they have must be strong enough. Vision Quest looks cool, correct. Doomsday trailer's way better. I think they should just delete the old one off the website. Like, don't even worry about it. Yeah. I think it's good. I think we're in a good spot. I feel like this is very solid. Yeah, that's really all I got right now. Like, I like it. I think it's good. Nothing else about their announcements was fun besides obviously Romy and Michelle too. They're back. Is this their 20th or 30th high school reunion or something? I guess that'll be great. And like, the Vision Quest looks pretty cool. So like, I think overall the Marvel stuff was solid. James Popcorn, for real. I thought the Doomsday trailer was mid. I agree. I understand why you would say that, but I think it was way better than the last one, which is all it really needed to be for me. Oh, Mortimer's in the back. Sweetie, come here, sweet. And he's gonna come hang out. He can say hi, and then we'll call it. Somebody's probably wants some food, and I also am somebody who wants some food. Here's Mortimer. He's very sweet. He gets lots of kisses and likes to dance. So it looks like when we do the videos. He's such a beautiful boy. And he smells very good. Yeah, he's the sweetest. Rank your excitement for these 2028 superhero movies. Okay. Batman Part 2, X-Men, Ghost Rider, Black Panther 3. I think you also have to put in Spider-Man in there. And then I'm like, Spider-Man maybe is number one. Oh, wait, no, Spider-Man's next year. Sorry. Batman Part 2, X-Men, Ghost Rider, Black Panther 3. X-Men number 1, Ghost Rider number... No, X-Men number 1, Batman number 2, Black Panther 3, Ghost Rider 4. I think it's pretty easy. And Mortimer does not like this cast because he's got a thing against Indy Neveretti. She knows what she did. He watched Obsession recently and was not happy with the way it went for her. And now he's going to come to get revenge. Just kidding. He really does want to get let out, though. But anyway, so this has been really fun. Thank you guys all for hanging out. This is 3 hours of watching people tweet about Disney and looking at 2 trailers, maybe. I'm excited to see what these things end up being. He's such a sweetheart. Isn't he sweet? He's just a good boy. But yeah, and yeah, we'll talk soon. And he loves to give licks. He licks constantly. I don't know if this isn't coming through on the thing. He's he's a good boy. But yeah, so thank you guys for hanging out. I will probably put out I'll have an X-Men 97 Nando v Movies video pretty soon. And then there will be a Nando cut video about it pretty soon as well. So I will talk to you guys later, everybody. Last thing. If you're in LA next week, there's the screening for the short film that I did. It's on Friday. And Patrick also did it. I say did it like it's a crime, but it's cool. And you guys should come see it if you're in the area. I'll be around and stuff. It's part of the Holly Shorts Film Festival. I should probably be saying this more because it's very soon though. But this is live as opposed to all the podcasts. And someone asked, is there going to be a spoiler Brand New Day review? Probably. I mean, yes, there will be. We just finished doing the podcast for it, so I'm going to re-listen to that and then probably do the review. But there's just been so much stuff going on that I have not had too much time to, get through it. But I'll be able to do it now, and you'll see. The X-Men video is fun, so I hope everyone likes that. All right, good night, everybody. Stay safe. I will